All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We right back at it. What's happening, everybody? Good morning. Good fight card. We will be reviewing the fight card from last night. Yes, we will. Very good fight card. Very interesting event as well. The Boxing Novice, good morning. Vlad's dad, good morning. Keith Pierre, what's going on? Akeem Idris, what's good? What's good? What's good? Keith Pierre said 214. Double H. Bruce Winfield. Crawford did not look good in that fight. I think going forward, he will encounter more difficulty at these higher weights. Yeah, that was it wasn't that easy. Wasn't that easy. Yeah, wasn't that easy. Tom Zip, what's going on? OPXID. Joshua Roberts, good morning. Hands down, what's going on? Phoenix the Assassin, Banks the Boxing Fan, Emmanuel. Dre said robbery. Wow, the robbery word. That's strong. That's very strong words you're using there, sir. It's very strong words you're using there, sir. Robbery? I think I had Bud winning the fight. I don't think it was a robbery, but it was a very human effort. I think Madrimov may have put the book out. think Madrimov might have put the book out for them big boys. Bud clearly was on that juice against Errol. Dre, wow. What's going on to Andy Gill, Javon Freeman, Ascending, Awakening, Astrio, David Toussaint, Sharon Lemel, Ascending, Awakening, Astrio said, do we get our wrenches here? I don't know what you mean. Do we get our wrenches here? I don't have a wrench. Yeah, Barbara D gives out wrenches. But how are you this morning? Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoyed the fight. Phoenix just says that I woke up with hate in my heart. I need to get it off my chest. Well, hey, man, feel free to hit the link, man. Feel free to hit the link. What's going on, Jeffrey Derone? Mr. Mileage, Branson. Said Crawford was getting his head snapped back. Yeah, he was. He was. He looked 36. He looked 36. Randall 700. What's going on? I'm chilling, man. What's good with you? I'm just up here talking this boxing, just waiting for cats to get in the building. Don't mess with Texas. What's going on, man? Tech for you said, I think Bud will beat Canelo because Canelo too slow. Nah. Hey, look, man, I don't think he's going to get that fight. I don't think he's going to get the fight. To be honest with you, I don't think he's going to get that fight. All that, all that song and dance those people are doing, man. People who say robbery should stop. I had a bet on Madrimov, but he lost the fight. Yeah, look, man. Why do you have to tell me that you had a bet on Madrimov? That makes me not believe you. That's too convenient. You know what I mean? Why don't you just say you thought he won the fight? Trying to give you that. You're trying to take the moral high ground. Because you lost money? Hey, Branson, what's going on? Nick Ball, hands down. All right, what's going on, everybody else? I'm going to go down to the end of this, man. Oh, actually, no, I'm not, because I'm gonna say, what's up, ODH? Let me do H. For now, good mornings, blessings. Smash that like button. Chat team, Spence, Team Tank, Bud. Oh Lord, really? Bud lost? Oh, hold on. Stop. Yeah, man, I'm about to do it today, man. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna do it today. Give me a second. All right. Hey, y'all. Go ahead and answer that poll. I put a poll up. Blaze in the building. What happened? Oh, what happened to his gloves? Well, my understanding is that his gloves busted. And his gloves busted, and then his power went away. Inquiring minds want to know, why did your power go away when your gloves busted? And why is this dude's gloves busting all the damn time? What's going on with hashtag busted gloves? Shout out to everybody, man. I'm going all the way down to the end. Hey, man, what's going on with this dude's gloves, man? we got a legit glove gate right now. Okay, your gloves are busting his gloves is busting a whole lot. And all of a sudden, Madrimov getting hit with the same shit was knocking dudes out. And he like taking it on the chin and keeps coming forward, man. Nah, dog. Hashtag busted gloves, man. Hashtag busted gloves. Fanon. Loma said he'll fight Shakur when he come back. Now, I saw that. I saw them going at each other. Hey, man, make the fight, man. God dang, that's terrible. Coach Chris, why don't you just give me your opinion, man? It's debatable because people got different opinions, man. Yeah, they busted again. His gloves busted again. Man, and then how? True Seeker, ain't nobody gonna be fighting Madrimov. Hey, Madrimov just lost, man. Ain't nobody else fighting Madrimov. Madrimov's gonna take his ass back to the back of the line. Nah, he probably ain't, because he put on that show. What happened to Crawford's blood gushing power that had Spence leaking by round 2? Yeah, it's real weird. He busted Madrimov up though. He definitely did bust him up. It's not like his power was non-existent. He landed some shots on that guy. You think that? Hey, man, I don't know. That'd be an interesting fight with Rayo. Rayo can fight. Rayo's back like a champ, ain't he? Back and the champ. Not like a champ. Back and is the champ. Shout out to Rayo Valenzuela. Bud looked average. He looked a little bit better than average. Now, let's not double H. Let's not get carried away now. Bud looked better than average now. I'm just saying, hey, man, I had him winning the fight. KPG said A5A in the building. Shout out, man. What's up, man? Shout out to them brothers in the black and gold, man. Shout out to them brothers in the black and gold. Theo, Bud has the skill, but can he take the punches from the bigger 154 pounders? Hey, yeah, man. Dog, you know Jermel licking his chops right about now. Oh, Lord. Jay Lex, please. Jay Lex, oh God, please. Do not remind me of the fact that Jared Anderson. I had not thought about the fact that Jared Anderson got his ass knocked out since last night. And here you are going back, putting that on my mind again. What are you doing to me, man? What are you doing to me? Making me pay attention to the fact that, man, big ass Martin Bacoli. Big ass Martin Bacoli. Shout out to Martin Bacoli. Shout out to the Congo. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Congo for doing him dirty, man. Did him dirty. Yeah, Fahim out here saying, hey, Fanan, I told you that boy was food. I was wishful thinking it. Nah, yeah, got dog food. Ooh, wait, wee. Man, yeah, he has a hard time with us Martins. Hey, but Coley was landing them big ass shots with his big old. That's a big old boy. Oh man, he got whooped up by that big old boy too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Fuck him up bad. Can't lie, man. God dog, man. I can't wait for Joe A to get here. Joe A gets here. I'm sitting here. I gotta take, you know how it goes, man. Woo, Ito. Yeah, but Coley was hitting him with them things. Bro resembled a silverback in there, man. Hey, man, that uppercut was landing like, man, whooping that boy up. I was thinking more like Buster Douglas when he fought Tyson. He just putting them hands on that boy. Putting them hands on that boy. Boots couldn't even stop. What are you talking? You just starting some shit? Boots couldn't even stop Karen at 147. No way he stops Madrimov. Nobody talking about Jaron in his fight Madrimov or stopping Madrimov. What are you talking about? You trying to bring Madrimov into here for, man? Hey, man, he should have got it done, man. Should have pressed the gas on the old man. Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, Crawford won 100%. Madrimov is a beast. Yeah. Hey, he was good, man. All right. Okay, we got some votes coming on in here. See, it's heavy, Crawford. That draw is nice, though. That draw is out there. Yeah, I mean, I definitely had Terence Crawford winning the fight. Trust you me, I had him winning the fight. I was scoring it very safely though for him because I didn't want to hear nothing from these Bud fans. But where are the Bud fans though? The Bud fans kind of quiet. I'm noticing that right about now. Where the Bud fans at? Hold on. I'm conspicuous. Hey, we got some conspicuous absences. We got some conspicuous absences around here this morning. Could it be that certain people are not feeling too amped up about the performance of their boy, Bud? I'm a Bud. You a Bud? That's what's up. But I'm talking about the usual suspects. You ain't in the usual suspects category, my guy. Sunchild, you're not in the you're not one of the dudes I'm talking about. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about Vic B. Shout out Vic B. I ain't talking about you, Vic B. Jeffrey Brooks. Okay, all right. Well, I ain't put the link up yet. I was trying to hope we could get. I know it's early, man. I mean, it's real early, and the fight didn't end till late last night. So, for now, calling the fanboys, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, a dude with 10 fights, bopping you in the face like that, clap. But he won the fight. What's up, David Toussaint? El Rayo. Yeah, El Rayo did his thing, man. He was fighter of the night. He was fighter of the night for sure. I had you had him winning 3 through 9 or 3 and 9. I'll take that dash serious and say 3 through 9. Bud is him. Seems to me you holding your man. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I said Bud won the fight, man. So can we keep it cordial? I'm gonna try my best to keep it cordial with people. I need positivity in my life. Andy, yeah, I thought Andy lost too. Andy got a gift. Yeah, that's gift of the night was Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz got that gift. Hey, he opened, he unwrapped that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was surprised by Bacoli, but I hadn't really seen Bacoli fight. Bug got a gift. You think Bug got a bigger gift, Phoenix Assassin? All right, we'll let you get on here in a second, man. We'll let you cook for a while. I would actually do. Well, nah, man. It's okay to be. It's okay. Part of boxing. It's okay. Part of boxing. Great card. Yeah, it was a very good card. I don't think it was the greatest card in the history of the sport, though. Man, will you stop laying it on so thick, DAZN? Their writers lay it on thick. They lay it on. Hey, man, they spread it thick over there at DAZN. This is the greatest fight card in the history of boxing. What? If it is better, it's barely better than the fight that just took. Oh man, they just be talking, man. They be going, bro. That's the best fight card this year, that's for sure. Look, the best fight card of 2025 or 2024 is not the best fight card ever. And I don't know. I thought Tank's fight card was very good. The one with David Benavidez. David Benavidez. What was the back of David Benavidez? Nah, man, I'll take that one. I think the Tank fight was better. Number one, the fight was better. The fight was better with Gervonta and Frank. Is that true? Was it a better fight? It was a closer fight. Bud's was a closer fight. Pitbull got exposed. Pitbull got beat up. Yeah, they had Gary Antoine Russell. So I don't know, man. I don't know if it was any better than the Gervonta card, but it was a good card. So let's not get carried away. All right, let's not get carried away. Martin McCauley, Jared Anderson. Who was the first fight, man? What was the first fight? Oh, who got that knockout, man? Somebody got a knockout, a nice knockout. Right before that, Jared Anderson BS, man. Who was it that got that nice knockout, man? Dang, who got that knockout? Somebody Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz. Yeah, Andy Cruz put them hands on that boy. Yeah, that's who I was looking for. Andy Cruz put it. Hey, Andy Cruz. Yeah. Andy Cruz. Hit him with that. Andy Cruz, let's go. I say it was because the that was man. Yeah. Pitbull couldn't adapt. Hell no, you Pitbull. Got his ass beat up by the rat. I call him the rat. Reho. He was getting his ass whooped for a while too. Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah, you missed the first fight with Stevens. Who's the first? What's Stevens? What first fight with Stevens? Yeah, Pitbull got his man, but hey, dog, I said that could happen just like that. Yeah, I did. It's like, hey, man, if he comes out and fights like he fought the last time, hey, man, this dude can win that fight. If he can jab and keep him up off him, piece his ass up. And that's exactly what he did. WM, the Cash App. Hey, man, somebody supporting the channel. That's nice today. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Let me go ahead and check it out. Hold on, man. Am I tripping? Probably am tripping. I think I am tripping. This is tripping. Tripping. Double, triple tripping. Crawford, stay away from Canelo. Yeah, he's too big, man. He's too big. I don't see a Cash App, but thank you for the thought. Yeah, I didn't see a Cash App. Oh, we need to know your Cash App. Oh, I'm sorry. It's right here. My bad. Thank you. Sorry, I'm tripping. Cash App crew right there, man. The Cash App crew. I need to get a cup of coffee. Hey, I'm going to put this link. We almost got 500 people in here. I'm going to put this link up in here, man. Put this lank up in here, dog. He paid his way in. Who was that? Rayo had a great performance. Rayo was fighter of the night. Andy Cruz was doing his thing, man. There's the Cash App crew for non-INT. Make sure it says Martin on the Cash App if you do the Cash App. And the channel thanks you very, very much. Daryl Mitchell said, being battle-tested matters. Oh, I'm sorry. Daryl Mitchell said, being battle-tested matters. Being battle-tested matters. The guys that struggled or lost last night had weak resumes. Makes you suspect Spence. Makes you respect Spence's no tune-up approach. Man, I'm so sorry, Daryl, for just muddling that. Let me do that again. Being battle-tested matters. The guys that struggled or lost last night had weak resumes. Makes you respect Spence's no tune-up approach. I prefer the tune-up approach. I really do. Bud was battle-tested, and Bud struggled last night, Daryl. What say ye about that? Hey, what's going on, man? Thank you, Team Bud. Shout out to Team Bud. Hey, Will P. Hey, Mr. Woods, man, said Team Bud. Thank you, brother. Yeah, Team Bud, man. Bud did his thing last night. You know, I stand in solidarity with Bud doing his thing last night. He did his thing last night. He did what he's supposed to do, most definitely. Thank you, Daryl. All right, let me put this link in this chat. Hey, for now, we need to have a sit-down discuss. Here's the link, bro. All right, Joey. God dang it, Joey. Bring your ass on, Joey. Bring your ass on, Joey. All right, Joey. Joey. Man, God dog, Joey. I don't talk about no goddamn. Hey, Martin McCauley did his thing, though, man. Yeah, man. Let me go ahead and take this abuse. Hey, Joey's boy won last night. Knocked out Jared Anderson. Phoenix the Assassin. What up, man? You on mute.
Oh, yeah. What's good?
Man.
I want to get up here before Joey get in and start praising Turkey for all that nonsense. But nah, man. Hey, that card had me mad, man. Mad. Like not because of the way the fights turned out, but like just you go ahead. Just all the antics, man. Like, shoot. Outside of Turkey out there trying to show everybody, hey, look at all the shiny things I got that I could do for y'all. Man, that Crawford fight, it was basically supersized version of Devin Haney and Lomachenko. That's the way I saw it. I scored it for Madrimov because looking at everything, defense, ring generalship, clean, effective punching, and effective aggression. Defense, you can't say that Bud had the defensive area when, one, Madrimov is landing at a higher percentage rate. Two, Bud is throwing more than Madrimov in order to land the same number that Madrimov is landing on him, right? So, like, If somebody throws 200 punches to land 50 compared to somebody who throws 100 punches to land 50, that means they got to do twice the work to get the exact same results. That's what Madrimov was doing. He had the defense in that area. You can't convince me otherwise when you look at it like that. As far as effective aggression, Madrimov was the one coming forward the whole fight, but he was effective with it because, one, like I just explained about the defense, he wasn't taking a lot of punishment. Two, he was landing that right hand repeatedly, almost at will. Like, man, for somebody that people have put up as a good defensive technical fighter and somebody who's slick like Bud, to be able to eat 2, 3, 4 right hands, straight right hands in a row, like in a matter of seconds, not like, you hit him once here, hit him once there. Like Madrimov was popping him with that damn near like it was a jab. All right. That's effective aggression. He was staying on Bud, wasn't, putting himself in danger, kept Bud backing up a majority of the fight, and was landing shots on him still while making Bud miss. That was the majority of the fight. Of course, there were moments where Bud seemed to do well in some of the rounds, but like there weren't really many definitive rounds for me where I said, okay, this one was clearly for Bud. A lot of the rounds for me was like, okay, Madrimov is keeping them off balance, landing these shots, making them miss, or it would be one where it's like super close. Because there were a few rounds where I'm like, yeah, that could have gone either way. Like round 2, I felt could have gone either way. Round 3, clearly Bud's round. Round 9, I think was the next one I scored for Bud. And then round 12 and 11, yeah, you could kind of give those ones to Bud, but like, nah, I didn't think that Bud put on a dominant performance. I see some people saying that it was easy, some people saying Bud won 100%, and it's just like, nah, like there's so many mistakes Madrimov made that Bud just didn't capitalize on. The number one that I noticed from round 1 was Madrimov stepped the wrong way whenever he moving laterally. He crosses his legs damn near every single time. Like when he's moving to his left, he would step back with his right leg behind him and cross his legs. Same thing when he was going to the right. And, for Bud to not notice that, it kind of like, the same thing Muhammad Ali would do, moving his upper body so people ain't paying attention to his legs to see how close or far away he actually is. And so because of Madrimov's consistent upper body movement and all those feints and, moving his arms around and everything, that's distracting. So I bet Bud probably didn't even notice the dude was stepping the wrong way because he could have capitalized on that, caught him off balance, and maybe got a few knockdowns and stuff if he moved the right way. But that's something he just, I guess, didn't notice. I mean, that upper body movement, along with getting hit with some right hands, that did something to him. And that's all I got for you, man. And shoot. Oh. Did Turkey Alalshikh show last night that he's willing to spare no expense?
I mean, it looks like he's some good money.
I mean, he bought his way into the Hall of Fame. He bought himself a WBC belt. He gave away a car. He had a concert. Hey, maybe we need to shout out Claymore Rain. I'm just saying.
Man, I can't believe they put him in. They put him honorary at these honorary Hall of Fame member. That is fucking crazy.
Yeah, that was the craziest thing I've seen last night.
That dude put on what, like 6 fights? Like I think he's got what, like 6 fight cards in?
I think so. And then like the fact that he's not even having any of these fighters signed to him is the crazy part. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and
all right, man.
Here, but yeah, you take it easy, bro.
All right, get back. Marcus Priest, what's going on?
Hey, Fanon, what's up, bro?
I'm good, man. Hey, you got a lot of feedback.
You said I got a lot of feedback?
You got feedback. I can hear myself.
Even now?
Let me see. Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to come back on.
Okay, I'll let Mark.
All right.
What up, Jeffrey Brooks?
Hey, Fanon, what's going on? Good morning to you.
Man, I don't know, man. I was feeling a little nervous watching Bud's head get snapped back like that, man. It's a lot of head snapping.
Yeah, I was on the edge of my on the edge of my couch last night. With it, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I was watching the. It's a lot of things I can say about the fight. You know what I'm saying? It was because I noticed what Madrimov was doing. Every time Bud tried to get his hands, start to let his hands go, catch him with a couple combos, he was kind of like he'll rush in and grab him and hug him. You know what I'm saying? So I noticed that. So Bud couldn't get consistent with the combinations. I noticed, which was a smart move by Madrimov. You know what I'm saying? It was okay. You to hit me 3 or 4 times. Let me run in and grab you. You know what I'm saying? To cut all that off. So that was smart. I was kind of watching the post fight interview too, with to hear what Bomac was saying. And he was getting caught with a lot of shots. They like, why you think you getting caught with a lot of shots? He was like, that's because he wasn't moving his head like I told him. I told him his head was too still, you know what I'm saying? So he said, I tried to get him to move his head a lot more, which he wasn't doing. But I mean, it was a good fight.
Hold on, stop. It's a monumental moment. We got to stop for a second. We gotta commemorate this moment. It is August 4th, 2024 at 10:03 a.m. and 10:03 a.m. And I think this is the first time we've ever heard about Bud Crawford not doing something that is basically fundamentally necessary in boxing. And maybe what we're seeing is what Derek James had talked about, where your athleticism starts going, your fundamental flaws start showing. So I just want to say, like right now, it's the day after the Madrimov fight. So we'll mark it the day after the Madrimov fight that it was said for the first time. This is the beginning of the end, huh? Of your boy, huh?
Man, come on, man. Please.
Is it the beginning and the end for your boy?
Please. For one, he fought a good fight. He did it. Even though he caught a lot of shots, he did a lot of things to keep him from getting way more shots than what he could have did too. You know what I'm saying? He had a lot of body movement. It was just when that right hand, like Bomac said, that right hand was keeping him in that right hook, that jab he was giving Bud was what kept him in it. And I think he did pretty good for going up in weight. I think he did pretty good. He didn't. I mean, he said they was like, hey, my man got a strong chin. Shit, I seen Bud lay some real clean shots on him that should have dropped him. That could have dropped him, man. He took it. The man got a good chin.
What role, if any, would you say or speculate that Bud having his glove, being forced to change gloves at the last moment because his gloves once again tore in the ring before the fight? So do you think it's possible that his changing of gloves might have affected his punching power?
Womack didn't say his gloves. They asked him that. They asked Bud that. They said what was up the gloves. He didn't mention that it was tore. He said his trainer noticed something wasn't right about the gloves, and he brought it to their attention. And they said, well, they're the same gloves that the other side is wearing, so you can either wear the same gloves that the other side is wearing, or you could just stick with what you got. So they decided to change the gloves. They didn't say nothing that it was busted. They just didn't like the way the gloves was looking or how I feel. I don't know exactly, but they didn't never say, "Oh, this glove is busted." They didn't like it. The trainer brung it to their attention, and they say you either change it or live with it. So they decided to change it.
Like who said this? Bomac said this.
Terence Crawford said that right at the end. Right at the end.
Likely story.
Yeah. So
likely story.
Yeah. So I mean,
convenient explanation, perhaps.
I mean,
can we verify this? Because that seems like a self-serving explanation.
Hey, you can. I mean, I don't know. You can verify. I'm just repeating what the message said. But hey, if it did have a hole in it, at least they did recognize it and reported it in and got the gloves changed. If that was the case, but it was like I say, it was a good fight, man. For him to move up to 154. I mean, Styles make fights, and they both. I said that was going to be a real tough fight for Bud. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how he was going to be able to handle that punch, them punches at 154, because it was coming at him a little bit more harder. But he took it. He took it well, just like Madrimov took it well. And I mean, neither one of them could knock each other out. I think them later rounds is what did it for Bud. But I think your man Eddie Hearns, he was talking like he lost a nice little bundle of money last night. He talking about it was a robbery and all type of stuff, man. Well, I wonder why he shot Man, they asked him about his Earl Spence fight still on the table. He shot that down quick.
I didn't hear it. What did he say?
The question was asked, so is the Earl Spence fight on the table? But look, he said, no. And he got up and left. And then they asked Bomac too after this. Like, is the Earl Spence fight still on the table? Bomac said, man, he's done, man. No, he said, no, he's done with. They completely shot him down with that one. Which, I mean, I guess I can kind of understand with all the stuff that's going on.
Let's back up to this ass whooping that Bud took last night.
Nah, you know good and well that wasn't no ass whooping.
I look, well, what do you think about the multiple occasions in which and the seeming ease in which Madrimov was landing that straight right hand dead into the middle of Terence Crawford's face?
Yeah, he was catching them. He was catching them. He was getting caught, and he was catching.
Very interesting too. All jokes aside, you're always trying to swing this back to Errol Spence. We know.
Okay. No, then in that case, let's talk about them 3 uppercuts in a row he caught as well.
Yeah, man. Yes, he did. Yes, he got. Yes, he did. With those replaced gloves, you talking about replaced glove gate? Hey, I got a couple dudes right behind you, Jeffrey. No, I'm just saying.
I know you are.
Your boy sleeping. Your boy sneaking through with that win.
Yeah, okay. Canelo, here we come. Canelo, here we come.
Nah. Hey, congratulations on that asterisk ass win you got. All right, man.
All right, later.
Hey, Marcus Priest, and then my guy Dean. What's going on, Marcus? Hey, man, thank you, sir, for the support, Mr. Priest. Thank you. You say you know how we do for the show.
Yeah, man, you know how we do.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you, Mr. Priest.
What's problem,
on? So go ahead, man. It sounds good.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, it was a good fight, man. I think a lot of Bud detractors are saying he lost because the fight was a whole lot closer than people imagine. And I think it just speaks to, who Madrimov is, which nobody really knows who he is. But I said before the fight, anybody with 300 plus amateur fights, it's a pretty good fighter. Name recognition, he didn't have it, but, to look at like Lomachenko and Usyk, to put him like in that same vein, then I knew it's going to be a tough fight. To put it in perspective for people who don't know, I think Bud's amateur record was like 70-12. That's 82 fights plus his 41 professional fights. That's 123 fights. So that man got as many amateur fights as Bud got professional. So that says a lot. And I ain't ready to say that, age was a factor in that fight. But I definitely think ring rust was.
I'm willing to say his age.
Well, it could be that too. I mean, that can't be denied. But
definitely it.
Yeah, but ring rust also. And that was his first time. At 154. So with all that encountered in, I think he did a pretty good job.
Bud ain't springy no more, man. Bud ain't springy anymore, man. It's not springy anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that's what
was springy, man. He was in there, bop, came in with that very fast straight right hand, bop, dead to the middle of the grill, and then got back out before the combination finished.
And that's a crazy thing about boxing. It's like we've all seen it. Roy Jones comes to mind first. Mentally, you can still do what you do, but athletically, you can't. And it's like your mind and your body don't coincide with that or whatever. So I'm not ready to say, Bud is slipping, but, even at the press conference, the post-fight, Bomac said, you guys need to appreciate him, while he's here, so I definitely think he's on his way out. I give him a couple more fights, maybe like literally probably about 2. And I think he's going to hang it up. I think that's why he's really pushing for the Canelo fight. If the money's there for the Boots fight, I think he'll take that. And win, lose, or draw.
He better stay away from Boots.
I somewhat agree, but I say this about that fight. And I kind of akin it to Roy Jones and James Toney. Is can Boots be Boots against Crawford? Can he be the Boots that we've seen? Against Crawford. Like Roy Jones was. Against James Toney.
Boots can do what that boy just did. Exactly what that boy just did. Watch this shit. The X character, that blue chick in Mystique?
Mystique,
yeah. So like when you can do all kind of shit like Boots can, you can do specific things that you want to do, like that shit. Like feint, lead right hand, boop, get out of the way.
Yeah, longer. I mean,
I'm trying to tell you, dog, that shit right there. If he can do that, it's gonna be tough on Bud beating him, man.
I agree with you. That's a 50-50 fight in my eyes. I'm a Boots guy. I've always been a Boots guy. I'm a Philly guy. So anything come out of Philly, I'm a fan of. But I mean, yeah, and that's what I say. Like, I think Boots would be up for that fight. You have to be. If it happens. To kind of, nullify, what that, what he can do if he can, but I wouldn't be mad at it. However it goes, it goes. I wouldn't be mad at whoever wins because I'm a fan of both boxers. But yeah, I don't think Bud lost that fight. I think anybody who said that Bud lost because they just don't like Bud, for his negotiation skills and what he says on a mic or this, that, and the other, whatever. I'm just a pure boxing fan.
I could see somebody thinking Bud won. I can see somebody thinking Madrimov won that fight.
Yeah, and even Eddie Hearn said it, if you read the tea leaves and what he said, that I think in his heart he thought Madrimov won, but the simple fact that Madrimov was the champion, he's like, you really have to beat up the champion like it was so close that, the champion should have got the nod. That pretty much that's what he was saying without saying. But, I don't think so, and I'm not saying that because I'm a Bud fan. I'm saying that because I watched the fight, and I could tell that Bud was a little rusty, and when he wouldn't himself. And Madrimov he's a good fighter. He'll be a problem for anybody in 154, anybody. In your words, he's not a soft touch at all. So anybody who fights him is going to have a problem with that guy. You know what I'm saying? And after this, whoever he fights or whatever, like you'll see that, he's not a one trick pony at all. If Charlo fought him, I think he'd have problems with him. For Tura, Lubin, I think any of those guys, I have a problem with him at 154. And we'll see. But that's all I got.
All right, brother. Get back, Mr. Priest. Have a great day. Thank you for your
man.
support, man. Thank you for chopping it up with me, man.
All right, bro.
Yeah, your boy better stay away. Your boy better stay away.
They trying to cash out, man. You know what I'm saying? If that cashes them out, then you know.
He better go cash his ass out somewhere.
Yeah.
That boy over there, I'm telling you, man, that dude can do exactly that.
And if he fights Boots and lose to him, that's not a bad loss in my book. You know what I'm saying? Like you're losing to, I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now, a future Hall of Famer. Like you're losing to another up and coming special fighter. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you're losing to a tomato can. You know, so and that's both ways. You know, however it goes. So you know, it's really no loss in it. The way I see it.
All right, I got a guy right behind you, man. I'll get back with you. Thank you, Mr. Priest.
All right,
man. Yeah. Dean, by any means, hold on one second, Dean. My bad. I got you, Dean. My guy, Phoenix the Assassin, said athleticism declining and fundamental flaws showing is why I always say that talking about a fighter being prime is the biggest excuse for why so many fighters look bad, lost after getting older. Yeah, I'm trying to told you. Hey, I'm telling you, man. Hey, that's a tough fight over there. What up, Dean? The demonic laugh. What up, man?
How y'all doing this morning, y'all? Hey, to your
man. Hey, dog. I gotta tell you, certain Bud fans are yet to show they're not here. Chillville is not here. Tim's, what's my guy? Rick Timms is not here. Man. It's almost like something happened last night.
Fanon, you know what's so crazy? All I heard was Jerron Ennis don't stand a chance against Bud Crawford. Ain't that what they said, Fanon?
That's what they say.
I saw last night. Fanon, I want to ask you a serious question. If that's Jerron Ennis, do Terence Crawford win that fight?
No.
Not by a long shot, people.
No.
What we not going to do is act like Madrimov is this boogeyman now. Now Terence Crawford fans got so much respect. It's mighty funny how that works. Name me one thing Madrimov does better than Jerron Ennis. That's rhetorical, Fanon. Don't even answer the question. The answer is nothing. Absolutely nothing. So all y'all that said that Bud Crawford would just wash Jerron Ennis, well, the lie detector determined that was a lie. Congratulations, because Crawford did win that fight. And I'm going to tell you why, Fanon. When the fight is that close and you're Madrimov, you can't lose 2 of the 3 championship rounds.
Yeah, or 3 of them.
Or you might, yeah, some people might.
You might have lost 3 of them.
He might have lost all 3 of them. That's the fight. It's not even this complicated thing on why Bud won or why Madrimov lost. When the fight is close and you get to round 10, 11, and 12, you better turn it up. You better turn the heat up in the kitchen. And if you don't, then you gotta live with the results. But I do understand what Eddie Hearn was ODing last night too. For now, that was hilarious. I ain't even gonna lie.
I still gotta listen to it.
Oh, that was hilarious.
What'd he say?
But it was a great fight last night. Great cards, man. Hey, Fanon, you know what's crazy? T. Orlando going like this. You know what's crazy? You know what I saw last night?
What'd you see last night? Empty seats?
We gonna talk about that too. They just sold out. Whatever. Okay. Lomachenko wasn't with his family.
No, he wasn't. No kids there.
Wasn't he arguing with Shakur Stevenson on the sideline? He seemed very motivated to me.
He seemed real motivated.
I thought he was with his family. I didn't see his family last night. Did you see his family, Fanon?
I didn't see his family.
And it's crazy. The reporter asked me, Fanon, so when you come back, who are you going to remember? Remember Boxing Hacker argument Fanon was, we don't know what Lomachenko going to do. Hey, Boxing Hacker, he answered that question. They asked Lomachenko, when you come back, who you going to fight? He didn't say nothing about Tank. He said Shakur Stevenson. That's what he said, Fanon. That's straight from the horse's mouth, y'all. Don't argue with me. So it's okay for us to call Lomachenko a duck now. Because remember, the whole argument was, We gotta wait to see what Lomachenko does. We don't know what Lomachenko thinking.
Oh, before somebody say he ducked Javante?
Yeah, remember that whole argument?
Oh, hell no.
Well, we know.
Yeah, I heard it, but oh hell no, I ain't gotta wait for that shit.
He looked real motivated. So
what?
I said last night, the way he was, I ain't never seen Lomachenko act like that. He was looking real motivated to me with him and Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, he was.
All you Terence Crawford fans, y'all need to all put an apology out to us Philadelphians, because y'all told us that Jaron brings nothing to the table. Y'all told us Bud would wash Jaron Ennis. No.
I don't know about all that now.
That's what they said. They said Bud would wash Jaron Ennis.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, dog. Right now, oh no, sir.
Hey, guess what,
hey,
dog?
I'm gonna tell you now. Right now, like he better fight. And if I mean, I'm telling you for sure, if Terence Crawford fights Jaron Ennis, he better do it in the next 6 to 8 months. Yeah. You go any further than that, bro. God, dog, the book is out. The book is out. Oh. Unless Terence Crawford is going to try to walk Jaron Ennis down from the beginning of the fight.
He's the smaller fighter. That's not going to happen.
He's the them feints.
Yeah.
All that fainting. All that fainting had Bud fainting, and being patient. Faint. Just slow the fight down and try to out pot shot Terence.
First of all, if he was getting caught with that right hand all night, and Jaron Ennis not only switches, he'll switch in mid-round. He'll switch back and forth in different combinations. Hey, Fernand, and there's something else I peeped last night, people, and I'm gonna land my plane here. You heard Turkey out? You heard Turkey out there snitching?
out there doing what?
He was out there snitching. You ain't hear him up there with
you no, was he snitching on?
We already said. Nah, he snitched on Shakur. He said him and Williams Zepeda already agreed to fight. That's what he said. Turkey got up there on the interview, Fernand, and said that him, Oscar, Eddie have all agreed to fight. So all this y'all was waiting on Javante, both can't be true. Which one is it? Because Shakur had an interview earlier that day say he waiting on Javante. Turkey get up there on the interview and said they've already agreed to the fight. That's his words, Fernand. I'm just saying that's what the man said. I don't know Turkey to be out here lying too much. He ain't really got that much reason to do that. I don't know how you could be doing both, Fernand. I don't know how you could be doing both. How could you be waiting on Javante, but you signing contracts with the Williams to pay behind closed doors? I don't even think Turkey understood that he wasn't supposed to say that. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Lomachenko and Shakur Stevenson 2025. I'll holler at y'all.
All right, man, get back. Dean by any means. Hey, phenomenal show said, I'm not going to lie. It's some funny shit going on with Shakur, Loma, and Tank's situation. Something isn't right. Almost like somebody's trying to keep Tank from fighting Loma, Turkey. But I'm going to cool out. Hey, man, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You got to be careful with these, with wanting a monarchy. With wanting a monarchy to run boxing. But I'm an American. Yeah, give me that. I need the monarchy to run boxing. Sir Lionheart, what up, man?
How you doing, Fernand? What's going on with you?
I'm well, man. How are you?
Man, I'm all right, man. I'm doing all right. I can definitely say that some things played out very funnily last night. I did actually.
Would you happen to be talking about them straight right hands down the pike right in Terence Crawford's mouth on multiple occasions? Would you be talking about that exactly?
Oh my goodness, man. I'm gonna lay it out the way I see it, and maybe it's different for me because I spend a lot more time in the gyms and testing myself, and I had a wild childhood, a lot of fights and all of this shit going on. So I've never been too respectful for Terence Crawford because I just don't see a reason to to try to praise mediocrity, and I've just seen mediocrity his entire career. But last night was absolutely disgusting. It was disgusting. I think it was a D-class performance for both of them. I had both of them losing. Terence Crawford with like a -117 and Madrimov like -111, bringing them closer to zero. So Crawford was definitely the bigger loser, and especially because we're holding him to the Hall of Fame undisputed standard. So Madrimov having only 10 fights, he has room for error. And I've seen a lot of robotic error. He didn't throw a single combination. He was throwing individual punches and constantly having this robotic step-in feints, unnecessary feints. And I just think that somebody with 40 fights should have had capitalized on all of those openings that was left for him. And I didn't see Crawford do any of that. I just think it was filthy to see somebody basically rob somebody who had four times the experience over. And I know that you said he won. You know, I respect your opinion. I respect the opinion of, you know, some individuals. But for these butterflies out here, these Bud fans that you know, it's like Bud can do no wrong. A lot of wrong was done last night. And for the experience level, it's certain things that were just supposed to cancel out. Even people try to say that, to say that Madrimov is better than Errol Spence. First of all, the Crawford that beat Spence, anybody would have beat Spence that night, including Madrimov. And I just don't think that you know, I think that there's no point in trying to act like the rematch isn't deserved. Andy Ruiz got gifted, or not gifted a decision. Pardon me. He got a draw last night with Big Baby Miller. Andy Ruiz immediately wanted to run it back. I don't understand why Crawford doesn't have the same urgency to, you know, to show Spence that respect, as though he wasn't a 3-time champion and was willing to fight people that Crawford was not willing to fight at 147. There's no excuse for him to jump weight classes after that performance. There's definitely no excuse to talk about any Canelo talk. And now I can clearly see why he would want to stay away from a rematch with Spence or a fight with Jaron Ennis, because I think that it would just completely ruin him. And I don't think that Jaron Ennis has that low of a performance inside of him against anybody. I mean, am I reaching, or, you know, I mean, am I at least somewhat on track with some of these things?
I mean, look, man, I will tell you that man, that Jaron in his fight is a tough fight for Terence Crawford. I think he needs to take it. No, I don't think that he's going to get that Canelo Alvarez fight because he looked like he had a hard time with a much smaller Israel Madrimov. So he just didn't look very good in the fight. So no, I don't think he's going to get the Canelo Alvarez fight, man. And on top of it, I don't know really if I want to see him get the Canelo Alvarez fight. I think he's too small. I think that right there. I think some of those shots, if Canelo Alvarez lands the same type of shots on Terence Crawford, that could be trouble. That straight right. If he can't get out of the way of a straight right hand against Canelo, you know what I mean? And Canelo Alvarez will feint with you too. Canelo will feint flat-footed, but he's a little more flat-footed, but the power didn't really seem, the power, you know, and that power really didn't do anything to Madrimov. So the power with Terence Crawford, if Terence Crawford ain't really got nothing on it for Canelo, yeah, man, that could be. I just say take the Jaron fight, man. And yeah, the Errol Spence fight, I mean, just depends on what Errol looks like with Fundora. But I'm telling you, man, I bet you Fundora is, I mean, people are probably chomping at the bits a little bit with Terence Crawford right now, especially Jermell, you know, like because Jermel's coming back too. So it's going to be interesting, man. Hey, I got a couple guys right behind you, Mr. Ironheart. I just keep saying Sir Ironheart, but it's Sin Ironheart.
Yes, sir. But it's all good, man. You know, nonetheless, I appreciate your time, man.
Anytime, man.
Yeah, you have a great morning, sir.
You as well, sir. Take care, man.
All right now.
True McFadden, what up, man?
What's
and
good,
then Rick
bro?
Anderson. I'm good, man. So what's on your mind, man? What's on your mind?
Well, you know, like a week ago, I told you there was going to be a tough fight. Madrimov was going to be a tougher opponent than everybody was putting on. But I still think Bud pulled out the win.
Hey, hold on one second, man. Let me get this because I think I forgot to get this. Not gonna lie, it's some funny shit going on with Shakur, Loma, and Tank situation. Something isn't right. Almost like somebody is trying to keep Tank from fighting Loma, Turkey. But I'm a cool out. I mean, look, man, they're definitely trying to bombard the They definitely trying to bombard the boxing scene, man. And he's going to be trying to control who fights who. And these people seem like, yeah, well, okay, I'm okay with it. We okay with it because they having a tough time. Skills from New Orleans said no replay or slow-mo of Bud slip. Much love. I haven't seen one. Skills from New Orleans. I'll look for it though. Wilbert Rogers, Bird 101 said my support. Thank you, man. Thank you, Bird 101. Thank you so much, man, for the support and helping keeping the channel going. Go ahead, man. True me, Fatten.
But yeah, like I said, man, I knew it was gonna be a tough fight for Bud. Like I said, I think a lot of people are not. They're saying Bud looked bad, but Madrimov looked good. Like he's a good fighter. Like he really is. And I said that before. Like he's a good fighter. This is gonna be tougher than what I'm saying, than what we're used to Bud seeing. And that's probably one of the toughest fights I've seen Bud have. Was against Madrimov. But he's going up in weight. He showed that he could take those punches. And I was like, cool, Bud, you can take a punch, but shit, stop taking them.
Yeah.
That right hand was fucking him up, man. He couldn't get out the way of it. But I also think that was pretty much all he did. Was he'd get hit by a right hand every now and then, but I think pretty much everything else, Bud pretty much controlled the fight. But it was a close fight. That 115-113 I felt was fair. I felt like it could have been a split decision. I'm surprised it wasn't at least a split decision. But 116-112 is crazy. Like that was ridiculous. I think as far as going forward, I don't want to see him fight Ortiz. I definitely much rather either Charlo.
Hold on 1 second. I'm listening. Go ahead.
All right, yeah, I definitely much rather see Charlo or the Spence rematch. And I want to see him. I want to see him fight Boots, but I think that should be a retirement fight. Whether or not, win or lose, I think that should be probably one of his last fights. I definitely think he should take it. If he's talking about money and legacy, I mean, that's everything right there. Because that Boots fight is getting bigger. More people are tuning in. And, bro, that's your legacy right there. You beat the up-and-coming, you know what I'm saying, the next guy up. So I think that'll be a great fight to make. Rayo Valenzuela surprised the shit out of me. I didn't see that coming. But when you're a good boxer, you can definitely outbox a big puncher. So, and that's pretty much all Pitbull was bringing to the table with some big punches. I think that Ruiz Miller fight that probably should have went to Miller. And Ruiz broke you see his hand though? Yeah, you heard his hand in the fifth, like, and
I saw that.
And that's when he stopped controlling the fight too, though. So maybe if he didn't get hurt, he probably would have, ended up winning that fight. Your boy got knocked out though.
Oh, that hurt,
baby.
Yeah, that hurt, man. That one hurt. I can't lie, dog. That was my guy. My guy got done, man. Hey, man.
I thought he would have had him, but if he was coming in, he fought a little too close to him. He should have found his distance. Man.
Yeah, that big boy was landing them things, putting them things on him too.
Yeah, he should have found his distance.
That boy was putting them things on him.
Yeah, he put him down. I don't know if you got to watch the Steve Nelson fight. He did a pretty good performance.
I didn't watch that. Hey, I got a guy right behind you, Drew McFadden.
Okay,
that guy right behind you.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, thanks, man. We'll get back.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Thank you. Yes, sir. Rich Anderson, how can I help you?
Hey, what's going on, Fanon? How's it going, brother?
Man, I'm well, man. How are you?
Oh, man, I can't complain, man. Hey, long time listening to the show, man. Good stuff, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Hey, man, I kind of want to simplify this thing on Bud, because I tell you, last night for my little group of boxing buddies, like, it gave me a lot of credit for some stuff I've been saying for a few years. So Bud naturally a counterpuncher, right?
Yes.
Madrimov wasn't engaging, which left Bud waiting for counterpunching that wasn't there. So you look at a couple of Bud's fights, recent, the ones he get a lot of props for, Porter, Spence. Spence, my boy, love him to death. Probably live 30 minutes away from the dude. Too aggressive in that fight. way too aggressive. I said going in the fight, sit back, let Bud come to you, right? So I think for me personally, want to see a Spence rematch. Different game plan, different outcome. I don't think Bud's declined. I just think when you're a counterpuncher and you're waiting for the action all the time, it's going to play out like that, right? So, you know, he won last night, razor thin. Not going to give Madrimov a ton of credit, but he came in, wasn't aggressive, lots of feints, sitting back, kind of waiting. He was more of the counterpuncher because they were saying, you know, the first couple of rounds, both of them looking to counter. Bud's been doing that. Then you start coming at him. The dude is as sharp as it comes, counterpunching. But if you sit back, you wait, then there's your opportunity. So me as a Spence guy, licking my chops, he get the right trainer, come in, not so aggressive. Yeah, I think he washes Crawford. You know, I'm gonna keep
hey, that's big.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Not so aggressive. You go back and look at that fight. Spence throwing haymakers left and right, getting hit. Porter controlling the fight. Then they say, hey, Crawford cut it on, start coming at the boy. Porter started jumping and lunging at shots and got stuck. So, again, that's my take, brother. I'm going to back out, kind of listen to everybody else. But I think just with Crawford, counterpuncher, you know, a little, you know, he's a pound for pound. Is he like this guy, like on this plane away from everybody else? No. I mean, good fighter, a little over elevated, but you know, to everyone else's point, yeah, he needs to leave that Canelo thing alone. You know, I think that ain't gonna end well for my guy, but again, more interested in seeing that Spence rematch, man. And I'll kind of get out of here. But hey, appreciate your time, brother.
Man, anytime, man. You take care, Mr. Anderson.
Yes, sir.
Peace. MP3 Biz, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, Fana? How's it kicking, man?
Man, it's all good, man. I can't complain. How are you, man?
Doing my best. Just coming from Tennessee, you know, coming from working on that armored truck.
Oh yeah. Keeping it safe, huh, boss?
Yes, sir.
So what's your thoughts on the fight, man?
My thoughts on the fight was it was an interesting fight, close fight. But the other question I was that was running around my mind was about Boots Ennis, and I was curious like why we keep on, it would be a nice fight to see, Boots Ennis and Terence, but I'm wondering why we talk about it like they're not in two different divisions now. So I guess we're guessing that he's going to go back to 147.
No, the Boots would probably have to go to 154.
Okay. Because I know we kind of stopped talking about Spence and Boots because Spence was in 154, but we still talk about, Crawford and Boots pretty much.
Yeah, the reason that people are talking about Spence and Crawford and Boots is because Turkey Alalshikh and Eddie Hearn said they want the fight, and because Duran was ringside for the fight, and they're both over there on fighting with that same group of Eddie Hearn, Turkey Alalshikh. Those guys are doing fights together, so it's a fight that can be made. If those guys are going to try to come up off the money, for the fight, then it could be made. So that's why people are talking about it.
Yeah, I still think like if it's you said he would have to come up to 154. So I still think it could still possibly be an experience thing because it would be his first time in 154 as well if he did move up.
You said an experience thing?
Yeah, like with Boots and Crawford,
Yeah, coaching helps out a lot with experience. And I'm telling you, man, they just saw a path to beating Terence Crawford.
It probably
it'd
probably be better if he went back down to 147.
Hey, man, either way it goes, man, I'm telling you right there, what Ismail Madrimov just did, Duran Ennis can do a version of that with much.
Yeah.
And I'm telling
you got tape now.
Staying out of range, just jumping out of range to get away from counters, feigning, and keeping Bud's hands at home and trying to force Bud to throw first so that Duran can counter with straight right hands from an orthodox stance. Yeah, dude, that's some from a longer dude. Yeah, that's a route to victory over there. I'm telling you, that's a play. That's a play. Now, Bud may do something that may not work out for him, but I'm telling you, that's a play right there.
Dave, so I think the reason why he wasn't throwing combinations is because he think that, Crawford was probably setting some traps for him. So he only, threw one.
Because he wanted to hit one and he wanted to get out because he didn't want to get with the second and third punch. So he hit one, he landed one, he lands one, dips down, out, and gets out. Because he doesn't want to be there. And he's forcing Terence Crawford to keep his hands at home by doing all that feigning. Yeah. And because Bud likes to read what you're going to do by feigning. So he just over feints. Yeah. So his feints really don't mean anything. You're not really getting anything off his feints.
Yes.
So that's what it looked like to me.
It seemed like he was trying not to give him too much data on what he was doing pretty much.
Yeah, he's giving some data, some right hand straight to the nose. He's giving some data, all right. Nah, I'm just kidding, man. Bud did his thing, though. Hey, I got Starborn right behind you, man.
All right, man.
All right, be safe out there, man. How's the truck business?
It's cool, man. I ain't get to tell you, but I had my first kid, man.
Oh, congratulations, man.
Yeah, gotta in my heart now, man. Had a little boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, had a boy.
Oh, congratulations. That's nice, man.
Yeah, man. 7 more to
go.
What's
his name? What's his first name?
Philip DeLon.
Philip?
Yep, Philip DeLon.
Philip DeLon. Okay, that's what's up, man. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, like I said, 7 more to go.
Damn, you gotta try to have 8 kids?
Yes, sir.
Man, you trying to work her? Your wife gonna be like, God, dog, man, you better be bringing out you have to take something out that truck. Take care of that.
Populate the earth.
Yes, sir. All right, man. I'll get back with you, man.
All right, take it easy.
Yes, sir. Starborn 007, what up, man?
Good morning, chat. Good morning, good afternoon, MH. Good morning, Fanon. If you smell.
Hold on one second. Let me get these. Phoenix Assassin said Devin's looking like he ate snacks whole supply. Yeah, Devin Haney looking real big. Tunnel Vision said the gift decision Crawford gets stopped by Charlo. Too strong, too durable, too athletic. Let Bud get that 168 IBF belt if he wants Canelo. And Super Bros X said Madrimov is getting too much credit. He came to survive and accomplish his goal. Now he was doing a little bit more than surviving in there. Now does not act like he wasn't. Listen, he was doing more than surviving. What's going on, Starborn?
Man, I watched the fight. Watched you do the fight. It was a great fight, man. Didn't I tell you that boy? Didn't I tell you he could fight? I told you he could fight. That's the thing about
it. Man. He can fight. You did say that. I do recall.
He can't. Like anybody could flip and move like that. I saw his little drills he was doing with his legs. I'm like, man, that guy got some. He got some. I ain't saying Lomachenko, but he got some like legs on him, and that was a great fight at 154. Fights ain't always supposed. Fights ain't supposed to be easy. I don't know people going in here thinking people going to whitewash it. This is professional fighter. He's 36 years old, moving up to 154. A great contested fight right there. He did some things well. There's some things that got done well to him, and that's what's supposed to happen in a boxing match, But when it's all said and done, Crawford pulled it out, and then also Crawford knows he got to go back to the gym, work on some stuff. That's how it's supposed to be. So I enjoyed the fight. That guy fought a good fight. He usually throw a little bit more combination. I think he lost because he was pot shotting, and Crawford was throwing a little bit more combinations and hitting them a little bit more with the jab. So it's like, if the fight is like 50-50, they're going to give it to Crawford 7-5. And the fight was about 55-45. But, Crawford got the name, been fighting a little longer, got more fights to come. He pulled it off. A slim one, but he pulled it off. What you think?
I agree 100% with like every word you said.
But
no doubt about it. I thought that number one, first of all, I want to definitely acknowledge the fact that you said that this was going to be, you took that fight very seriously. You were like, no, this is going to be a tough fight. This is going to be something, you saw that. So acknowledge you for saying that. And I think you're right. I mean, I think Terence did what he needed to do to win. and Madrimov is a very good fighter.
Very good fighter.
Yeah. So I do think, though, at the same time, man, it makes that Jaron Ennis fight that much more intriguing.
Why would
man.
they fight? Why would him and why would they not gonna fight? What's his face?
You sound a little jumpy.
No, you're not. Listen,
you sound a little jumpy, Bud fan.
No, it's just I know it's talk shows.
You sound a little.
That's why I'm really going to chat. I know it's a talk show. People have to talk, so I respect it. You know, it's the game. You fight, but one is at 147, one is at 154. One is trying to call out Canelo. Even if you don't get Canelo, that means he gonna fight the Charlos and Fendoras and maybe a Spence rematch. One is still trying to make his way at 147. He's trying to get the 147 belts, handle that, then move up. But these next two fights, Boots got to handle his business where he at, and Bud got to handle his business where he's at. And I heard you talk about. I mean,
before you move on off that point, you sound a little jumpy, man.
No, because people just talk. It's like nobody watching for a good fight. Everyone just want blah, 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 just run off their mouth. Like, come on, man, the man 184. Nobody fights like that guy. As good as Boots is, Boots might be better than him, but Boots throw punches. That guy was as patient as anybody you ever see in the ring. You can't just go and Boots don't fight pot shotting. Boots even go whip your ear or get his ass. He ain't doing. Boots don't fight like that. You know what I'm saying? Even Boots go to beat Bud up or get beat up.
Boots can fight like that, man. Boots
can fight like that, but he don't fight like that. He can feint.
No, but he can do the things like feint excessively a lot. Just keep feinting and be very patient. He can be patient, especially if he knows patient is what he needs to be. Feint.
He don't think he can't go. Let's be honest. Boots ain't going in there thinking he can't beat up Bud. He going in there thinking he could beat up Bud. Not like
well, let's just assume for a second. Let's assume for a second that Jaron Ennis, who was ringside, saw that fight and said, man, he was really patient. He just kept feigning. And then he hits him with the straight right hand. He slips. He's out before the combinations land. And he just running rounds off on him. Oh, you see how those lead uppercuts were landing on Bud from the orthodox stance? Let me throw a couple of them puppies. Hey, you see how Bud had to replace his? You see how Bud had to replace his gloves before the start of the fight? Let me get Bud to replace his gloves before my fight.
He don't fight like that. That guy, man, for a perfect fight, pop shot.
You sound a little jumpy, bro. I just want to make the observation.
We are a little jumpy, a little nervous. Champion. You understand? We are 4-division champion. We still the best in the world. I mean, nobody ain't gonna talk about how he was jabbing his face the whole night. Just throw that away. Just throw the jabs away. Just throw the combination away. Just because, come on, we still got Spence. You know,
no, I'm not throwing any of that away, man. I'm telling you, I know
all the jabs he was just hitting that.
No, I don't want to throw any of that out of there. I don't want to throw any of that out of there. I see all that. That's why I say Terence Crawford won that fight. He did. He won the first couple rounds. He won like the last 3 rounds. I think he won a few rounds in the middle. So yeah, man. I mean, I don't have any problem with Terence Crawford having won that fight.
And that dude is good.
I will say, however, though, let me please repeat what I'm talking about. You sound a little nervous.
Why would I'm outside, man.
I'm just saying, bro.
I'm just
saying. It's just your voice. When I said Boots, your voice kind of it just got real high.
It don't make sense. It don't make sense. One is at 154, 36 years old. It don't make sense.
Why not? Because hey, let me go. Hey, Starborn, I got like 4 people behind you.
Yes. No, man, you're having a great show, man. Keep doing your thing. I got to talk to you. I feel good, brother. All right,
brother. Hey, Starborn, come back again, man. Come back tomorrow, man. It's always a pleasure talking to you, brother.
Yes. If you smell what Bud is cooking.
Yeah. All right, man.
Yes,
Get back. Yes, sir. Victor Martinez, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, bro?
I'm chilling, man. What's going on with you?
Hey, I'm just chilling too, you know, watching all the videos about boxing right now, like yours.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, so my opinion on the Crawford fight, I think Crawford did a good job, but not enough. And I feel like Madrimov got the better shots in the fight. I don't know what your opinion is.
My opinion is I think Bud won that fight, but if somebody scored it for Madrimov, I would not be upset. I think Madrimov had a lot of very good moments in almost every round against Terence. So he was in every round. I think there was only a couple rounds maybe where it really looked like Terence really separated himself in rounds, and only a few rounds where it looked like Madrimov had really won the round like clearly. So I could see how people could score some of those rounds either way. Real quick though, Gaddis said, "What up, Martin? Been a while, just showing support. Bud won hands down. Tough fight, but he won." Yep, I agree. Yeah, so that's my take on it, Victor.
Okay, so what do you think about this? I kind of seen that Bud was getting a little bit frustrated from the style that Madrimov had. That kind of back and forth. He wasn't really in reach, and he would punch him at random in a very strange way.
Yeah.
And I did see Crawford has very fast hands, which I was surprised. So, I feel like you got to give Crawford his props too for the fight, because I have it almost like a 50-50 right to the end. And I feel that they should have gave the fight to Madrimov by like maybe 1 point, but I'm not necessarily mad that they gave it to Crawford either.
Yeah, I can respect that.
And then the Pitbull fight, I mean, obviously it was an upset. I just feel that Pitbull didn't change his game plan, and the Ryan Garcia camp told Ryo to keep moving to his right, which basically tied Pitbull's feet up so he couldn't load up on punches because his feet were never in place to load up. And Ryo, if you look at the fight again, Ryo was literally going to his right the whole fight, and that threw off Pitbull completely because Pitbull was only shooting straight. And how are you going to shoot straight on the guy that's moving to your right?
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, if you go back and watch that fight, you'll see that.
I haven't had a chance to watch. I haven't had a chance to watch it again, but I will watch it again. I'm gonna watch the whole card again today.
But Ryo really didn't do much to Pitbull. I mean, he landed a couple good 1-2s and a couple uppercuts. But if you look at Pitbull, he had nothing on his face. He won just by points, but you got to give it to him. They had a good game plan, and I think there's a rematch clause, so we might see a Pitbull versus Ryo too next.
Oh, hey man, if he's got the rematch clause, then probably we'll see it again, and it's going to be the same thing again. But thanks, man. Appreciate you, Victor.
Yeah, it was nice to talk to you. I'll see you around.
All right, man, for sure. Take care. Big Kafka, what up, man? And then we got Lord Scotty, then we got Joe A. What's going on, Big? Hey, hold on 1 second. Big Kafka, hold on 1 second. Hey, for Forbidden One said, my theory, aside from ring rust and underestimating Madrimov, Bud and Bomac had a plan to make themselves look like food in order to secure the Canelo fight. Wanted to look like the Berlangas out here. Hey, man, I doubt that very much. But hey, man, it could be the effect if Canelo is that type of dude. They're like, oh yeah, you look vulnerable. Yeah, I'll fight you now. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. I wouldn't put that on Canelo, man. Thank you for being one. Boxing Novice said, I'm using that ASAP. You a little jumpy. Bud fans. Yeah, man. Star 007 was jumpy, was super jumpy when I brought up Jerron and it's his name. Hey, Bud. Hey, Jerron. Huh? Wait, why? Why Jerron? He went into it, dog. He ain't trying to hear that. Eric Negron said, "Hey, forbidden you're delusional." Delusional. What about what? What did he say again? Nah, I think he's kind of joking. What's going on? Boxing Hacker said, Madrimov used that Soviet style of boxing to a T. I was impressed by both fighters last night. They both will be the best at 154. Bud beats Boots. Yeah, elevate him up, man. Let me help you up out of here. What's going on, Big Kafka? Bro, I never like the lead-in laughs, except for Dean. But go ahead, man.
Shout out to my boy T. Orlando. Shout out to David Tassane. Shout out to all the people that was in the fight show last night, that was with me, that watched that man whoop up on Bud, made that boy look like a human. What did I say, Fanon? I said that man was gonna look human. Yeah, he gonna win. He gonna get the win because it's Riyadh season. Turkey Alalshikh ain't gonna let that happen. These folks ain't gonna let their prize fighter lose. But I'm telling you, this man is not ready for 154. He's not ready for them 12-ounce gloves? He's not ready. Fanon. Like, I don't understand why these people think Bud is a superhuman because of what he did to a man that got out of a car accident that was half of himself. Like, these people think Bud is some kind of god, and it's sad. And I'm glad they're all staking in their boots right now, Fanon. I'm glad they coming up with excuses, talking about some. Oh, he wanted to look bad, so Canelo could take the. Canelo ain't gonna take that fight. Canelo looking at that man like, ha ha, what a waste of time, ha 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 ha. That boy better fight somebody at 154 or go back down to 147 and fight Boots. Get the hell out of here, man. Have a good one, Fanon.
All right, man. Get back, Big Kafka. You funny, man. Lord Scotty, how can I help you, man?
Hey, Big Coffin had a lot of big coffee this morning, didn't he? But yeah, man, I'm a
dude. What?
Can you hear me?
The Big Coffee had a lot of big coffee. I have no idea what that is.
Talking about your last guest on the show, man.
How would I know that that's Big Coffee had a lot of big coffee?
I thought
Big
you just called him.
It's Kafka.
Kafka.
It's not coffee. It's Kafka.
Well, he had a lot of coffee this morning. But like I said, he's saying Bud look human. They saying he not a machine. Listen, man, Bud, he in his fourth division. His power and strength still showed. Otherwise, Madrimov would have drowned him. If you look at Madrimov's last fights, he drowns all of his opponents. Bud earned his respect right away. Now, yeah, the straight rights did land, but if you look at Bud's past fights, he's not a not get hit fighter. He's not Shakur Stevenson. He gets hit. He takes risk to get the counter. That's the fighter he is. So I don't understand what people are saying when they say, "Oh, Bud got hit with a straight right." Of course he did. It's boxing. He's gonna get.
Then
hit
you
with
understand it.
I don't understand why they're saying it though. It's
because
like, oh,
you agree.
He got
what
hit.
Do you mean you don't know? You just said why. You just said why they say it because he got hit. You're saying he got hit.
These are casuals saying, "Oh, he got hit with a straight right."
No, I mean it's the fact he got hit with three. They're not just saying, "Oh, he got hit with a straight right." Come on, man. He got hit with on at least 3 different occasions. He got hit with 3 or more straight right hands in a row.
That's fine. It's boxing.
No, that isn't. That's not boxing. People don't typically get hit with 3 or 4 straight right hands in a row. No, it's not. You're not supposed to be doing that, dog.
He's trying to figure him out. He's trying to set up a counter. When he hit Madrimov with 3 straight uppercuts in a row, everybody's saying, "Oh, I didn't see him really land no big shots." He hurt Madrimov in the 11th round. He hurt him.
Hey, dude.
So I'm just saying. Oh, and I'm gonna tell you now, I'm a Crawford fan, so I do get a little jumpy when y'all say Boots because I like.
Hell Boots. Yeah, you got jumpy. Good reason.
Good reason, absolute good reason. But I think people are overly hyping Boots, man. Like Boots is great, but I still think in a master class of boxing, he's not on the level of a Bud Crawford. We got to be real, man. I mean, he's a great fighter, but he's still young, man. He's still young. So he get in the ring right now with Bud. I think it'll be a great fight, but a year or two, I think Bud is gonna be over the hill. Bud is getting old. So if he don't get that fight in the next year, it ain't gonna matter to boxing fans. So he need to get that fight ASAP. And when you got Bud calling out Canelo, he's clearly overlooking Boots. So if he's calling out Canelo's seen that last fight. I think honestly he's going to get the fight because they're gonna pay the money. That's what Israel doing. They gonna pay the money. But at the end of the day, if we can get that Boots fight, I'm telling you now, this will age very well. Bud will win that fight. It's gonna be a tough fight, but he will win the fight, guaranteed, hands down.
Okay, man. Well, thank you, Lord Scotty.
All right, man. Have a good one, brother.
You as well. Have a good day. Boxing Hacker said, "Oh no, yes. How can I help you, Joe A?
How you doing this morning, man? How you doing, Fanon?
Well, I'm not doing. I'm doing pretty well for the most part, except for the tragic cheating that took place in the Jarrell Big Baby Miller fight, the Jared Anderson fight, that an inside source told me had take place. They said that I heard from an inside source that Martin Bacoli tested positive for Ostarine.
Ostarine.
Yeah, he had Ostarine in his system. He had Ostarine. And he came in over the weight, and he came over the weight limit.
He came over the weight limit at heavyweight. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. Yo, Fanon, man. I just had to take a break. I'm putting up this gazebo in the backyard. I said, you know what? Let me jump on and roast a few guys, man. Just a little bit today, man. So you know what? First of all, I appreciate, man. You put a shift in last night. 7 hours on that stream, man. Thank you, man. You made it a really exciting evening. We're able to listen to you rather than listening to the commentators because they were bullshit. Sean Porter, man, he shouldn't be commentating when Bud is fighting, man. He shouldn't be commentating when Bud is fighting. That guy, man.
Oh man, his head is up that backside, boy.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, man.
It's too much. But also, I want to a special shout out to T. Orlando, and another guy called CM. They were trying to get onto me yesterday. I don't all the time understand social cues, so I understand that you were trying to troll me and all of that stuff, but that's okay.
What was I trolling?
No, not you. It was just T. Orlando and some other guy.
Yeah.
But it's a minor thing. It was a minor thing.
Don't take anything you see from T. Orlando seriously. Like immediately, like, oh, that's him, and just keep it going.
But just wanted to have a quick chat about the fights, man. Like, the Andy Cruz, I'm really excited about him. Like, especially his style. Like this, he's got that Cuban-esque kind of style, but that Philly shit. Like, he's cool, man. I really am excited about him for the future. This Isaac Cruz fight, I saw that. That's where I made my money last night. I knew that he was going to lose. There's no way you're going to be six inches shorter and 6 inches in arm reach shorter and expect to knock that guy out from just bulldozing him. Rayo Venezuela. He was. He scored him, and that's the style of boxing that I personally really like to see. I like to see boxing, turning the guy when you're back to the ropes, turning the guy, flipping it, doing your counters. I really like that. And then in terms of what's his name, Jarrell Miller and Ruiz, I did think that I thought it was a draw myself. I thought that he did enough. Ruiz did enough earlier on to warrant a draw. Miller wasn't going to the next level. He wasn't landing enough to take the fight away from Ruiz, in my opinion. And I would love to see a rematch, since that's obviously going to be determining who's going to be the face of US boxing, right? Like it's going to be between Ruiz and Jarrell Miller now. He's going to carry the flag for the United States. Bacoli versus Jared Anderson. I made some money there as well. Once the money comes through, I want to share. Why are you muting my mic, bro? Why are you muting my mic, bro? I was just saying,
man. Just keep going, damn it.
We made some money there on the Bacoli fight. We made some money there, and trust me, I'm gonna support you, Fanon. It's not gonna hurt you. I'm gonna help soften the blow. This savior that you said, who's gonna come and represent United States of America moving forward, got battered. He got George Foreman by, Martin McCauley is underrated. A lot of people don't know about him. That's why I put money on him immediately. I knew that we was going to get some money from this fight. But all jokes aside, Gerard Anderson has a future. Okay? Like, yes, he lost. Yes, he did get creamed. He got spread across the canvas several times. That's okay. He can come back because he's so young. He's so young, man, and you should support him. We should be supporting him. He needs the support now. This is when he needs support.
This fucking British dry humor. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all with that damn dry ass humor. I know you just slip that shit in with you don't raise your voice, nothing. You just slip it right in the middle of that sentence, huh? He got up several times, huh?
He got bad though. It was bad though, bro. Sheesh, what was he training? Sugar Hill? What was Sugar Hill doing? He was with Sugar Hill, man. And Sugar Hill was going to be.
That's what it is. Hanging out with them UK heavyweights. That's what got his ass whooped.
This guy, Sugar Hill was based in a top gym in Detroit. He's in Detroit, bro. What are you talking about? He's in Detroit, bro. Let's not. Sugar Hill doesn't run the Manny Stewart gym,
No. We know what happened now. He was in there with the damn British fighters fighting Tyson Fury, thinking Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury's so good. Damn, Tyson gets his ass whooped. Then his sparring partner, Jared Anderson.
Sugar Hill, man. Something's got him with Sugar Hill. But I will say I don't like mentality. Jared Anderson's mentality is off.
It was Britain's fault.
You can't do it, man. You got to take your accountability and eat it and enjoy it and just hope for the best in the future, man. Like, at the end of the day now, you have nobody. You've got nobody in the United States of America to represent you guys in the heavyweight division as it stands right now. Every single person, the best person is, would you say it's still Wilder? Who's your best heavyweight now? I mean, it looks like he's retired. Who is it? And this is the same guy you said was going to beat Anthony Joshua. You saying that, Gerard Anderson is going to beat Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is going to get creamed by Gerard Anderson. He don't want no smoke with Gerard Anderson. That's what you were saying. No chance. He'll get uppercutted to Timbuktu and back. Period. So, I'm going to love it. Love the chat. I'm going to take a nice step back, finish this gazebo, have a nice little drink, sip, and enjoy this. I need to figure, because I betted for the first time yesterday, right? I never bet before. So I need to figure out how to get my money out of this bitch. Like, how'd you get your money out of these? For real, though. Like, man, I really am going to start, like, betting on boxing specifically, because for the past maybe 5 fights, I would have made a lot of money. I would have made it, because I've been calling them. And the last thing, this is that T. Orlando and the other dude, like, just regarding the Riyadh season, right? The Riyadh season, because people talking about, Turkey Alalshikh spoiling boxing. The Riyadh season is to do with the SDG goals of the UN. There's 17 of them, right? So if you look at the colors on the symbol,
man, ain't nobody trying to hear about that. All that.
Hey, I'm just telling you, man. It's bigger than boxing. What he's doing is bigger than boxing, bro. It's way bigger than boxing.
All right,
here you go. Go on. Get your little one in. Go on.
I'll let you float for a long ass. I'll let you float and gloat for a long ass time. But we are definitely not going to be moving over to that cuckolding that y'all motherfuckers are doing for Turkey Alalshikh. We ain't doing that around here. Okay.
The events that he's been pulling off have been great, bro. I don't care what anybody says. Like,
what'd you say?
The cards that he's been putting together have been fantastic.
That event was so unnecessarily long with so much extra bullshit in it that I didn't want to see. That I was like, man, will you hurry the hell up with the fights, man? We don't need this dude putting Eminem concerts in the middle of fights. We don't need this.
The punters are getting a bigger bang for their buck. The punters, the guys coming in.
I didn't cut you off, not
you're right. Not bad. Sorry. Go ahead.
I didn't cut you off, not none.
I'll
let you get your Martin McCauley joy because he beat one American heavyweight.
Beat the bricks off the American heavyweight. The bricks.
Yes, he did. He beat the brakes off the heavyweight, just like Alexander Usyk beat the brakes off of all the UK heavyweights. Okay, like Anthony Joshua 2 times knocked out. Didn't he also beat up Tyson Fury? So look, we know that we're having a hard time, but dog, y'all didn't get nothing out of this. Martin Bakole is not a British fighter.
You know this.
So, so you take your little joy for a little bit of time. That's okay. You did what you did, all of that stuff. Good job, Martin fucking Bakole. But the British boxers are still a bunch of fucking bums. Did you see that bum bash with Derek Chisora and
that was a good fight, man.
That was a bum bash. Terrible.
That was a good fight, man. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, 2 bums bashing each other, man.
Derek Chisora versus who was the other dude? I can't remember his name, man. Who was the other guy who was fighting?
Slow Joyce.
Yeah, Joe. That was a good fight, man. That was a good matchmaking. That was good matchmaking. I liked it.
That was some bums. Ain't that funny how the matchmaking always works against the Americans, though? You ever notice that about Turkey Alalshikh?
Yeah, for
how
sure.
Many times you had somebody like why
versus Raymond Ford.
How many fights does Jared Anderson have?
How many fights? I think 17.
He has 17 fights, and you put him in there. How many fights does Bakole have?
Not that many. I think maybe 22 or something like that.
How old's Martin Bakole?
Oh, Bakole's he's in his mid to late 30s for sure.
Right. Oh, yeah, exactly. And how old is Jared Anderson? Like 23, 24?
24, yeah, he's 24.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Jared Anderson.
Yeah, he's going to come back, man. He's going to come back.
It's mighty funny, man. It's mighty funny how the matchmaking from Turkey Alalshikh with the Americans, man. It's mighty funny how we always wind up getting the very, very tough, very, very big, very, very oversized by a mile. It's mighty funny how Turkey Alalshikh does the American heavyweights.
He don't care who wins and loses.
Meanwhile, Jared Anderson is fighting Martin Bakole, and Anthony Joshua is fighting Francis Ngannou.
Listen, man, you thought that Martin Bakole was going to be an easy touch.
Just question: who's the harder fight, Martin Bakole or Francis Ngannou?
Who's the easiest fight?
Yeah, who's the easier fight, Martin Bakole or Francis Ngannou?
I'm definitely going to say Francis Ngannou. 100%.
Yeah, so wouldn't you say that Jared Anderson was matched tougher in his last fight by Turkey Alalshikh than Anthony Joshua was? You
can try and create an argument that illustrates that the matchmaking is built towards the US.
I'm asking.
All right, I'll run with your rhetoric. Go ahead, bro.
I'm just asking these questions right here, man.
Yes.
Would you say that Jared Anderson was matched more difficult than Anthony Joshua was in Anthony Joshua's last fight?
Match? No, I would say no.
You think Francis Ngannou is a tougher fight for Anthony Joshua?
That's a different question. Okay, that's a different question.
I said it is. No, it's not.
Matchmaking, Well, you asked me 2 different questions there.
Well, let me clarify my question so you're not confused. Which matchup was harder? Who had the harder opponent?
Bakole versus Jared Anderson for sure.
So Jared Anderson had the harder opponent than Anthony Joshua did.
100%.
Who did Anthony Joshua fight the fight before that?
Against before he fought Ngannou?
Yeah.
Otto Wallin.
Who was a tougher fight? Otto Wallin or Martin Bakole?
What for Jared Anderson? It would be, I would say, Otto Wallin would be a tougher fight for Jared Anderson.
Otto Wallin's a tougher fight.
For sure. Because he wouldn't have. I don't think. I think the reason why he lost.
The Otto Wallin that can't punch.
No, man, I'm telling you, the reason why he lost is because he underestimated Martin Bakole.
It didn't have anything to do with the fact that Martin Bakole is like 300 pounds.
Wait, 284 pounds, you know.
Then he's like
Anderson came in 250, right? He did what he's gonna do.
6'6". What is he, 6'6"?
Who? Yeah, he's about 6'6".
No,
yeah.
You don't believe Otto Wallin is a tougher fight than Bakole.
What, for Anderson? Yeah, because he's a southpaw. 100%. He's a southpaw. What are you talking about?
You're trying to change my.
I'm not trying to change nothing. I'm just giving the facts. He's a southpaw, man.
You know what I'm talking about. I'm asking the same question that I was asking about Francis Ngannou.
Okay.
I said, who is the tougher matchup? Martin Bakole or Otto Wallen for Anthony Joshua?
Oh, for Anthony Joshua. Oh,
Martin Bakole. So come on. So
no. It's Otto Wallen because Joshua has fought Bakole so many times in sparring. He already's got his number. He has his number.
Does he have a professional fight against him?
No, but he's schooled him so many times, like in sparring. That honestly, Otto Wallen was a harder fight because it's southpaw.
Oh, you're ducking this damn question.
I'm not ducking no question. I'm just being honest. My hands are up. My hands are up. I'm being honest, bro. I'm being honest with you.
Let me answer the question.
Go on.
Hell no. Otto Wallen is not a more difficult fight than Martin Bakole. No.
You can create another argument, but it doesn't skip away from the fact that Jared Anderson got his ass whooped. That's the fundamental reason why I came on today.
Jared Anderson got his ass whooped because of the matchmaking going on over there with Turkey Alalshikh, which favors the British fighters. Clearly.
Okay, so is this are we watching WWE? So like he's supposed to just turn up and win. Is that what we're watching now? He has to do his job.
What I'm trying to
he's
tell you
supposed to do his job.
What I'm telling you is first time out the fucking gate. You get Deontay Wilder, first time out the gate, got to fight Joseph Parker, while Anthony Joshua coming off of gets fighters like Jermaine Franklin.
Yeah.
Jermaine Franklin.
His promotional company looked after him. Rehabilitated him.
Hold on, man. He got Robert Helenius after Deontay Wilder knocked out Robert Helenius, and he got Robert Helenius.
Yeah, it's called good matchmaking. He looked after him. He got looked after. Heyman and Shelly Finkel.
Oh, sorry. The British fighters are being protected on those Rehab season cards. Y'all been especially Anthony Joshua with the cupcake ass fights he's been getting. Meanwhile, these other guys got to fight dudes, man. You know it's the truth. Anthony Joshua's getting these cupcakes. Meanwhile, you got Martin. You got a 17-0, 23-year-old. They got to step up against Martin Bakole.
You know what? Man. You're telling the truth. You're telling the truth. But I will say this.
Yeah, I'm telling the truth.
Half a truth. Half the truth is a full lie. So when you give the full context, yeah, you know full well that what you're saying isn't painting the full picture. It's period. You know that you're not painting the full picture. Period. You know this. Anthony Joshua got his ass whooped by Usyk. Fair. He got rehabilitated. He got rehabilitated back into boxing twice. Yes. He got beaten up. Never got knocked down, but he got outboxed and outscored. Like he lost, right?
Twice.
Yeah, twice. He lost twice. Yes. To arguably the best cruiserweight / heavyweight ever. It's between him and Evander.
And what's he doing next?
Usyk's gonna probably beat the brakes off of that the cheat, Tyson Fury.
No. What's gonna happen next for AJ? Who's AJ's next fight?
AJ's gonna beat up Daniel Dubois for the IBF title. Yeah,
Daniel Dubois, who got beat up by who?
He got beat up by Usyk, and he got beat up by Joe Joyce. He got beat up by Usyk. He got beat by Joe Joyce.
The only thing that boy has done is who did he beat? Who was his last? What did he beat? Jared Big Baby Miller. He beat Big Baby Miller.
He beat Big Baby Miller. Then he beat Hrgovic for the title.
Yeah, and Hrgovic, who had already lost.
Hrgovic ain't no bum, though, man. Stop that, bro. Hrgovic is definitely not a bum, bro. Stop it, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Maybe if it was American, you want to call him that. You know,
y'all get some soft ass touches over there in the UK, man. Y'all get the soft touches.
They're fighting. They're not fighting in the UK. They're fighting in Saudi Arabia. They're not fighting at home.
Yeah,
they're not fighting at home. They have to travel. They need to get on an airplane.
Let me rephrase, and your fighters are getting soft touches.
Okay, who's getting a soft touch? Daniel Dubois got a soft touch.
Your fighters are getting rebuilt, and you guys are even in the Americans.
You thought Jerome Millard was going to beat Dubois.
or under. They're either over the hill or you overpay somebody. A serious fighter.
Man, you said Daniel Dubois would lose to Jerry Miller, and what happened?
Meanwhile, you guys are getting gift decisions like Nick Ball got. Gift ass decision.
That was a gift. That's the only one I can agree with you with. That's the only one. Raymond Ford won that fight. He did. That's the only one I can agree with you with. The rest I don't agree.
Oh, you don't deserve that. You don't believe that Anthony Joshua got his ass whooped twice by Anthony Joshua? By Alexander Usyk? You don't believe in that? You don't believe that? But yet he's back. You got two leftover British dudes fighting for the belt that they took from the guy that whooped both their asses.
He vacated the belt. Okay, that's not our problem. That's not our problem. He vacated the belt. What do you want us to do?
Meanwhile, Deontay Wilder coming off of a loss, got to go back in there with Zhang.
Yeah, well, guess what? Shirley Finkel or Al Heyman should have protected him.
Look, man,
should have protected him. Should have protected him. He got his ass whooped by Joseph Parker. He got battered by Joseph Parker. Then he got his clock cleaned by Zhilei Zhang. Whose fault is that?
We have already now exposed the preferential treatment given to UK fighters.
No preferential treatment. You have not. You have not. You can say that.
No, can I finish what I'm saying, man? Can I finish what I'm saying, please?
Go ahead.
We have now established the favoritism that is being received by British fighters under the rehab season cards being put on by Turki Alalshikh, and especially in the heavyweight division. And you see the cherry picking and coddling going on of British fighters. Meanwhile, the only American fighters that are being given a chance, because let me remind you that our best American heavyweight at the time is a heavyweight that already beat Martin Bakole. You forget that we do got one out there, but y'all don't want to let him get a fight.
Michael Hunter, let's not get twisted. I love Michael Hunter. Yeah. Now Michael Hunter's a good one, but he's gonna get beaten up by the bigger guys. That's the problem.
By who? He got beaten by who?
Martin Bakole got beaten up by Michael Hunter. But remember,
Michael Hunter, what in all your American bashing, I didn't hear you say anything about Michael Hunter, who's not even being given the shot.
I actually forgot about that. That was his first fight in 3 years. So the point what I was getting at is, if Michael Hunter can get back to the fight,
like Danny Dubois. Why is he treated like Danny Dubois?
I watched the interview with Michael Hunter, and he said that he wished that he had a father around him to help guide his career, like Devin Haney. And he also said that he hasn't really been handled.
Devin Haney in this?
No, that's what he said. I'm not bringing it. He said that. Hold on, there's a point, please. Let me just land this.
I gotta go, Joe. I gotta go.
All right. You
are out here. It's a damn shame that you are out here blatantly flaunting the favoritism that UK fighters get with the cherry picks that they're done.
I'm fluent. If you're saying I'm fluent it, then I'm fluent it. Fuck it. I'm fluent it.
No UK fighter, that young UK 23-year-old fighter with 17-0 fighters being thrown in there with Martin Bakole.
What are you talking about? I mean, he accepted the fight, didn't he?
Yes,
he wasn't forced to fight. He wasn't forced to fight, was he? Was he forced to fight?
Yes, he was.
He was forced to fight by who?
He was forced to fight.
Who, by Bob Arum? Bob Arum put a gun to his head?
Had money. He cashed him out. He got cashed out. The money was there. He said, come do this. He trusted Turki.
He's got a bad mentality, man. He's got a bad mentality, and I worry about. That's the only thing I worry about for Anderson, because he's got the tools. His mentality is off. If he can fix that, he's going to be a problem.
Hey, man, let me let Samuel Ganderson up here, man. But
hey, man.
Again,
man, do your thing, man. It's all love, man. I appreciate you.
It is,
and I'll catch you on the other side.
And thank you so much for acknowledging that Anthony Joshua has been coddled. Meanwhile, unlike American fighters. Thank you for that admission. How can I help you, Sam Granderson?
Man, good morning, Fanan. I was back here dying, man. I had to hop on because it seems like every day that I wake up on the weekend, Fanan, I got Joe A in front of me. And Joe A is on some BS every single time. I mean, last time it was, the Americans got no heavyweights. Now it's, Anderson got his ass whooped. Man, Joe A, you already know what's been happening to these British boys. You already know what's been happening. And now we're going to sit up here and bash on Jared Anderson, 24-year-old fighter, that they admitted before the fight even started, this man is taking a step up. They said if it was up to Bob Arum, he wouldn't have even had the fight. Anderson said he wanted to fight the man. We all know that Bob Arum wouldn't have threw him in there with a dog like that. Nobody wants to fight Martin Bacoli, just like how nobody wants to fight Hunter right now. And we're out here hyping up him losing. When we've been watching dudes get their ass whooped, Anthony Joshua, Derek Chisora, all of these dudes getting their ass whooped. And I'll even bring it back to David Haye getting his ass whooped. So, I mean, if we really want to talk about these dudes out here that's been getting whooped, it's from across the pond. And now that Wilder's finally lost, I guess he feels like, he can kind of bag on us. But I mean, Daniel Dubois, he is trash. He's gonna end up the same way these other dudes that's bums, like you've been saying, step up and fight AJ after getting their ass whooped. AJ gets the cupcake fights, builds up his record, and he won't see Usyk again. He won't see none of these guys again. Wilder won't get the fight. Fanon at this point, he might get Big Baby Miller next. Now that he's done something, he might fight him next. Add him to the graveyard. I mean, I don't know. But there's just no way in the world that we're going to sit up here and bag on Jared Anderson. And we knew it was a step-up fight. I don't know what your take on it, but for me, I can't be mad at Anderson. What was he going to do?
Hey, I can't lie, man. I didn't see Bacoli coming because I didn't really pay attention to that fight, man. I can't lie. I was more focused on the other fights.
Because I'm watching the fight, and it's like, Fanon, Anderson is trying to hit him with whatever he got, and the dude is just eating it. And even the commentary is like, man, this dude is like an old George Foreman the way he was not even really using his arms. He's just slugging. Bacoli was just slugging, and anything he threw at Anderson, it wobbled him immediately. Like that dude, Bacoli is a problem. He is a problem. And people need to realize that. But for sure, I think, and people are going to say it in the chat, but I think Anderson, when I came on there last time, when Anderson fought Martin, right? I said, there were some questionable things that he showed in that fight, and I was kind of concerned about it. And it showed up again, like really with the head movement and just staying right in front of dudes. Like, you can't do that. Martin doesn't have the same power that Bacoli did. And we seen, when you got those tendencies show up, Bacoli, he'll knock anybody out. Like you said after the fight, he was humble in defeat, and he was like, the dude his hands are like bricks. Every time he hit him, you could see Anderson could not even really stand upright. So, I mean, a guy like that is dangerous. And I think, honestly, he does away with AJ. He probably won't fight him, though, because like we know, he'll keep picking up the trash on the floor of the heavyweight division. So I hope that Bacoli fights Zhang next. I don't know what you think about that, but I'd like to see that fight. I think that's a good matchup right there.
Oh, Bacoli and Zhang, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah,
Heck
I want to see that next. And I'm pretty sure you already gave your take, but Bud did his thing. He did what he had to do. I just couldn't. I don't know if you had the commentary on, but why did it seem like they were just pulling for Madrimov to win? They were like,
I didn't listen to the commentator. I didn't really.
Man. I'm like, dude, I need to mute these guys. They was like, oh yeah, Madrimov is really just getting in on it, and we got him up in the cards. I'm like, dude, there ain't no way Bud's losing this fight. So I mean,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think it was closer than a lot of people thought, but in my opinion, there's no way he lost though. You might have said it was a close fight, but I don't see there being a way Bud lost, and that's just how I feel about it. Maybe I got to watch the fight back, but I don't know. What was your takeaway on the fight though? What do you got?
Oh man, I had Bud winning the fight, man. I had him winning the first couple rounds. I had him winning like the last 3 rounds and getting enough. I think he definitely did enough to. I think he did enough to get the fight for sure. But I think all of the rounds were kind of close. Like
right.
So if somebody scored a particular round different than I had scored it, I wouldn't really trip too much. So, but I think that I'm glad Bud won the fight though. You know what I mean?
I'm worried about him though. I don't think he should move up for now. I don't think he should go to 168 for Canelo. I think he should stay right there, try to unify, and then just go out, ride off in the sunset. That's what I think you should do. But I don't know. You never know. Anything could present itself.
Yeah, I'd have to Man, I just have to see how it plays out, man.
Yeah, we'll have to see for now, but I'm glad you let me up here. I'm sure you got somebody next on the line. I just wanted to say my 2
somebody
cents.
was here, but they jumped off. But it's cool. Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
Appreciate
have a good blessed weekend now. All right,
man, you as well, sir. You as well. Yeah, man. Always good to speak with you, man. Murod was arguably up going into the 9th and the 10th. I mean, he could have been up going into the 9th and the 10th, but that 10th, 11th, and 12th, I gave all those to Bud, man. Even though those rounds too were very close. I know there's some people licking their chops at Bud though right now. No joke. I think there's some people out there licking their chops, waiting on Bud. Here's this link though, man. I got room for people to come holler though. Who hasn't hollered? Where Rick Timms? Man, I know Rick Timms ain't, man. I can't believe Rick Timms and Chillville ain't here, man. I can't believe it, man. It's making me think these dudes ain't really feeling Bud's performance, man. Timothy Sotomayor said Bud lost. I was hoping Bud didn't get clipped like Devin. Ooh, he got clipped a bunch of times. He just didn't get knocked down. You know? Rick knows that Bud performance was not great. Yeah, man. 6-string Slinger said, Fanon, I could have sworn I saw you say in the live. Did you have to score to draw? Ha, you're being nice above fans. No, I know. I just counted my scorecard again. Nah, bro, I didn't change my mind to be nice. I got my scorecard right here. John Nori, what's going on, man? LL Music. Hold on a second, John Nori. LL Music. Oh, I'm sorry. Joe A said, hey, Joe A gatekeeping for his British bums. Orlando and others said, I was at the fight last night. Bud and Cruz really brought out the city. Oh, that's what's up. I'm glad that that fight did well. I'm sure it did. Okay, I got that. And then LL Music says, in my opinion, Bud lost, and I believe Canelo will take the fight and annihilate him, which would be nothing more than a money grab for Bud. Also, Bud should definitely stay the F away from Boots. Thank you, LL Music. Thank you, brother. What's going on, John Nori?
What's going on, Fanon? Good morning. I heard Rick Timms Rick Timms, the residential Bud fan, wasn't in the house, so I stepped in for a little bit. This is exactly what Bud needed, man. I enjoyed the hell out of that fight. I wish Madrimov would have been more aggressive. I didn't expect him to be that patient. I don't think nobody expected him to be that patient. The couple fights that I watched of him, I saw the lunging. I saw the fast feet too. His hands is kind of slow. He kind of has to lean. You know, his jab goes over his front foot. So he had some issues, but he cleaned all that up last night. I was really surprised how disciplined and patient he fought. It was a lot of that mean machine. But even Mean Machine was more active. He was throwing more punches. He gave Bud something to work with. This dude was super patient. And I just wish Bud would have stepped on the gas sooner. I think he gave him too many rounds to make him open up, to get him more comfortable in the ring with him. He was kind of carrying him a bit, but this is good. This is good. I hope
you thought he was carrying Madrimov?
He was carrying him. He couldn't get this dude to open up at all. He wouldn't throw any punches. He was carrying him. He had to, because he didn't want to take the risk of, he still got some strength in the punches. But if he wanted to take the risk, he could have put that high guard up and got him out of there. But he started too late, and the kid's strong. He took some punches. He got buzzed a bit. He was hanging on a bit. He got into survival mode in the 10, 11, 12. But he got to the finishing bell, so you got to give him credit. He's a good fighter. He's not a bum. He's a good fighter. He did well for himself, so he can be proud of that. But that face don't lie. He did not look like the winner. He did not look like he got robbed in the fight. That face told the truth. He fought a close fight, and he came up short. It is what it is. I wish he would have been more active in the middle rounds. I wish he would have threw more punches and gave Bud at least something to counter. I know he's trying to counter the counter. That in theory, that's a good game plan to have.
Hold on a second, man. Hold on. Man, that man did not carry Israel Madrimov. I just have to throw that out there, dude. Hell no, he didn't carry that dude. That dude was competing. He was in that fight that whole time.
He was fighting scared the first half of the fight. He was fighting scared.
What?
He was fighting scared. He didn't want to throw no punches. He's the champion. Why is he not throwing punches?
Was Bud fighting scared?
Buzz is the counter. He's fighting. This dude is. Come on, you stepping up to him and you're fainting. Why aren't you throwing punches? If you want to be on your front foot,
why isn't Bud throwing punches, man? They're both fainting. They both fainting.
He's on the back foot. This is the problem. So you want to. This is why he lost. You want to be the bull, and then you want to blame the matador for not throwing punches. You're the bull. If you're going to be on the front foot, throw punches.
No, you can't have it both ways. You can't say that Bud gets to faint and the other guy doesn't get to faint.
The fainting wasn't the problem. This dude would faint. This dude would faint until he got close enough to feel comfortable to maybe throw a right hand, and he was only pop shotting.
That's the same thing Bud did.
As soon as he got close, Bud was He was comboing in. He was throwing 2 to the body, 1 to the head. He was throwing combos. If I wish he would have opened up more, throw some more punches. If you're gonna wait to exchange, when you finally exchange, don't throw one, dip your head, and then go to and then grab.
Hold on a second. There ain't no way in the world that Bud Crawford carried Israel Madrimov, man. Carried him? No way.
He carried him because Bud could have been more aggressive. That's my critique for Bud.
That's not what carrying is, man.
He's carrying him. He could have definitely been more.
Stopped him at any time, but he just let the fight. Like he wanted the fight to go longer.
After a point, I'm not saying either way you want to say it. He could have stopped him, but he played it safe, and that's my critique for him. I wish he wouldn't have played it safe. I wish he would have put up that high guard sooner. If he would have did that in round 8, 7, put that high guard up sooner instead of 10, 11, 12. He would have got him out of there because every time he touched him to the body, touched him back to the head, that three hit combo he was doing, that was money. That left right to the body, then he finished with the right to the head, money. He was hurting him. He had him holding on.
You see how many of those combinations Terence Crawford missed?
Oh, he was missing a few, but if he would have started earlier, he would have been more accurate. That's my critique. If he would have started earlier, he would have got to it because he was a little rusty. He took some time. I think he took a little bit too long.
If he would have, is all that's fine. If he would have, I'm talking about what he.
That's
did.
my opinion.
But what he,
I feel like he waited too long,
bro. Can I finish my sentence, please, dude? He did. Number one. I'm glad you rephrased that because ain't no way in the world he carried him. No way. No way. That is disservice to what that dude was doing, man. Both those guys get to faint. Both of them. If Terence Crawford can sit and wait for counters and feint somebody out of position and get them to throw punches, the other guy can do the same thing without if it works for Bud, it works for the other guy. Both guys get to do that. And that's what both guys were doing. And
all right, go ahead. Sorry, as you finish. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do not think that Israel Madrimov fought scared. I think Terence Crawford won that fight, but to say he carried him, nah, man, no. He was in that entire time.
You want to know how I know you carried him? How do you let the guy on the back foot outthrow you? And you're the bigger fighter and the champion. You're on the front foot, and that guy on the back foot outthrew you. Yes, you're getting carried. If Bud would have took the chance, he played it safe because he had some pop on him. He had some pop on him. The dude, he a little slow, but he got some fast feet, and he had some pop on him. And he was throwing at awkward angles. So he took his time. I feel like he took a little bit too long. If you would have started on him 8 and 9, put the high guard up, started going to the body, zapping that power earlier, he would have got him out of there. That's what I believe. Because there's no way, you're not getting carried and you're getting outthrown. And you're on the front foot. That don't make it. He threw double his punches, and you're on the front foot. That makes no sense.
I gotta go, bro. I gotta go. Hell no. Okay, thanks, man. I appreciate you telling me that, but fuck no. Okay, ain't no way in the world, bro. Okay, you can do that shit any way you want.
That's the first thing I ever said. I've never seen somebody in the back foot throw more punches than to do in the front foot. That's crazy.
I have. Ali did the shit all the time. Muhammad Ali threw from the back foot all the time. Would throw more punches than somebody coming forward.
So Buzz Ali.
I've seen it a bunch of times.
So Buzz Ali now.
Out through him. But the fact of the matter is, bro, he never had that dude in trouble. He never had that. He may have had him hurt one time in that fight. Ismail Madrimov was in control of himself. He won a bunch of rounds. That man did not say, hey, let me go 12 rounds because I want to go 12 rounds, man. Come on. But anyway,
Bud,
all right, man.
Bud gave him them rounds, but
you had a last word because you're going to talk over me. Got to holler back at you, man. Peace. David Lynch, how can I help you, man?
Hey, what's going on, Fanon?
I'm good, brother. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, I'm all right. Hey, I just want to say, I want to start off with the beginning of the fights or this pay-per-view. I got in at the end and I caught and I saw my boy Jared just going down, and I kind of figured that the fight would turn out the way it did. Here's the reason why. I believe that he didn't show any progress towards the competition he was facing at Top Rank as a heavyweight. I believe his training is off because at times when the fight started, he just looked kind of sloppy. His defense was off. His footwork wasn't the way it should have been. As a fighter at his age by now, he should be getting into that point where he's about in his own. And I think he has some personal issues he's going through as well. Because I've seen a couple of videos he had with Boy Jones trying to coach him up and trying to boost his confidence up. So I think he has some issues he got to go through that is preventing him mentally from getting where he should be at this point in time in the game. So I'm not going to kick him on that. Plus, I never liked the competition he faced at Top Rank because it didn't show his progression. So that lead me to believe that he was going through some other personal things that had him in that position that he was in last night, because I seen him at points in time early in his career look a whole lot sharper, a whole lot better. His footwork was a whole lot better. His confidence showed in his ability when he boxed. And last night, I just didn't see any of that there. None of that at all. And next fight with my man Andy Louise, I was rooting for Doughboy because I seen what he did. I was the only person who picked him to beat Joshua the first time. He has good footwork, he has fast hands, and he has power. I think what happened his 2 years off, just his body, his energy, everything just kind of, he was just off last night after the fourth round. Plus, I understand that he may have broken his hand in the fight, so that could speak to it. But he just seemed really winded as the fight went on. And Pitbull, by the time Pitbull fight came up, I gotta admit, I fell asleep, man. I was gone.
Yeah, that was a good fight, man.
Yeah, I understand. Everybody said it was a good fight, but I think it was a bad fight for Pitbull because he got caught in there with a boxer, a hit not get hit guy. And from what I could see from a couple of the early rounds, that's exactly what he was doing. And if it was a more better accomplished boxer, he really would have got pieced up, because there's been a lot more combinations in the earlier rounds that I saw. But then I just went out. I woke up. Eminem was on his concert, and I don't think you can even call that a concert. What he did, like 4 songs and bounced. I think that was just something to try to pull more people in to buying the pay-per-view and buying tickets for the fight. And it was, and it just took so long for Bud and the other guy to get on the fight with. So I was like, I woke up. It was like after I fell asleep during the third round, I think, and I woke up. It was like the middle of the 11th round, and I completely was like, you could say I just missed the whole fight basically on that note. But I kind of figured that the guy wasn't going to be one who quits. Russian boxers, fighters, MMA, whatever, they don't give up. They some strong guys, and they won't give up. They'll just keep going on and keep going on. So I kind of figured that was going to go 12 rounds. I kind of figured that. I kind of figured he was going to give him some problems, whereas though he wouldn't cooperate with. He would have he'll take the punch, but he wasn't going to fall. He wasn't going to go down. He'd be battered and bruised, but you know what they used to say about the Timex. It takes.
Hey, I got a couple guys right behind you, David. I got to read around.
That's all. I got you. That's all I wanted to say, man. But hey, it is what it is, and I want to know what the numbers was because that'll be very interesting.
For sure, we're gonna find out soon.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all I had to say, bro. You know what I mean? But Jared Anderson got some problems going on with him. I hope he go ahead and he get everything straight at home, and I mean mentally and whatever else he's going through. He's got that potential. He's one of the guys that looked at as the next up and coming American heavyweights to get back in there, and I hope he get good coaching, and he get his mind straight. But that's it, bro. That's all I wanted to say.
All right, man. You have a great day, man. Get back with you, sir.
All right, brother. You too.
All right, man. Peace. Yes, sir. GRJ, how can I help you?
Hey, how you doing, Fanad?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, man, long time fan of the show. A lot of times I'll be coming in under my my other profile, Affluent Jizzle.
Oh, okay, cool. I got you. All right, man. What's up, man? Cool. I got you now. I know it's the same thing. Now.
Yeah, man, doing good, man. I just wanted to give my take on the fight last night.
Yes, sir.
I think that in my opinion, I think that Bud fought a damn near perfect fight. When you looking at the opponent that he was facing last night, a dangerous opponent, strong guy, strong amateur, pedigree, really could fight at probably 160, to be honest, because he hit the weight right on the head, 154 on the head. So he's really a heavier guy, in my opinion. And I think, for Bud to come in, win the fight, take as less damage as possible, I think that Bud fought pretty much a flawless fight, to not get hit with nothing reckless, and to hit, like a lot of guys been saying before me, he fought Madrimov was extremely patient, and especially with that herky jerky style that he was coming in with, I think that'll give, not just Bud, but I think that'll give a lot of people problems, because you don't really know when to attack the guy, because he's so awkward. So just, from my opinion, I think us as fans, we gotta appreciate, the talent that Bud is. I like Madrimov myself, but I think that a lot of people just want to see a rock'em sock'em, robot type of fight. And we don't really appreciate, not you, but most, the casual fans, we don't really appreciate the sweet science and the skill of boxing. What do you think on that, my brother?
I don't think that was a perfect fight. I think Terence Crawford definitely got cracked upside the head a lot by straight right hands by Madrimov, but I think he won the fight, and so he moved up. He fought a good fighter. Madrimov is a very good fighter, so credit to him. He was awkward and had a game plan for Terence Crawford and executed his game plan, but I don't think he won the fight. And so Terence did what he was supposed to do, he did what he set out to do. And now, he's got to move on. He's going to fight the next guy. But I'm telling you, man, if he was very patient. Madrimov was very patient. You can expect some people to be very patient with Bud now. You can expect that, man. You know what I mean? You're gonna expect it. So that's what I thought about it. I thought it was a good fight, though. I got a dude right behind you, man. So, but go ahead and finish anything else you wanted to say.
Okay. And about the Boots fight, I think Boots and Bud will be an excellent fight. But the only reason why I think that fight will not happen is because when I listened to the Boots interview after his last fight, he didn't really seem like he was like it sounded like he would go to 154, but that wasn't their next intentions. He said, him and Bozy, they said they want to, clear out the 147 pound division. And I didn't really hear like they was ready to go to 154 like at this current time. Eddie Hearn too. So I think that it'll be an excellent fight. I think that Boots present an extreme, list of challenges for Bud, but overall with Bud's experience, and Bud is patient as well too. I seen a lot of patience out of Bud, and what he showed me last night is that he can fight in a lot of different styles to come out with the victory. So I agree with you. I think that'll be an extremely difficult fight, but I think that Bud will come out, on top at the end.
Yes, sir.
But I thank you for. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was saying you made a good point. Go ahead, man. You're good.
Okay, man. But that's all I had, man. That was my 2 cents. I want to thank you for waking up early this Sunday morning, and God is good, and talking boxing with the community.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Fluent Jizzle, and I'll see you next time around, bro. All right, brother.
Thank you.
Get back. The Real King. What up, The Real King?
What's going on, man?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. What's good, man? What's good with you?
Hey, I'm looking at the meltdown and the dramatics going on about this fight, from people saying that Bud lost or it should have been a draw, or now he shouldn't even talk about Canelo. He need to go back down to 147. He can't beat Charlo. It's such an dramatic reaction to the fight. I had Madrimov winning 3 or 4 rounds max. He hit Bud with the punch that is a problem for every southpaw in the history of boxing, which is a straight right hand. That's what he hit Bud with. He didn't throw a single combination all night. Bud took away his jab. Bud took away his body punching. He hit Bud with a couple of uppercuts throughout the fight and a couple of overhand rights, but his only punch was a straight right hand. Bud's mistake was he didn't move his head enough to make it more difficult for him to get hit with that straight right hand. And I thought that he should have gotten more aggressive early in the fight, because Madrimov's thing that he does with fighters is he lets them punch themselves and move themselves to the point to where the final 3 to 4 rounds they don't have no energy. So now they're sitting ducks and he can just overwhelm them. So both guys were being patient. The dude didn't really throw a punch. I mean, he'd throw one every once in a while, but for the first 3 rounds, he wasn't doing nothing. He's standing in front of Bud. His arms is moving all around. His head's moving all around. He's bouncing all around, but he's not doing nothing. And that's what he did for most of the fight. But the first few rounds, he hardly threw a punch. So
he landed more. He threw some punches now. He landed about the same amount of punches too.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he didn't throw punches last night. I'm saying for the first few rounds, he hardly threw any punches. So then after that, he did start throwing more, but it was one punch at a time. He didn't put together no punches. Even when Bud was up against the ropes or in a corner, he's standing there and he'll throw one punch and then they'll move out the way. He'll throw one punch, then they'll slide to the right. He'll slide to the left, or they end up, clinching. There's no way that anybody could look at that fight objectively and feel like he was just winning all these rounds in that fight. He wasn't. So how many boxers have that type of style? It's cool if you want to be patient with Bud. If that's the what you, because I just heard you say, well, guys are gonna be more patient. That's cool, but that's not gonna win you the fight, especially if you're throwing one punch at a time. And so guys who's gonna be more aggressive with Bud, who's again on the front foot, they're not gonna be with the herky jerky arms moving, head moving, body moving, bouncing on their toes for 12 rounds. That's what made Madrimov hard for Bud to really hit. Bud wasn't really taking many chances. And another thing, Bud was missing some shots, but I do remember that Earl got the excuse of his timing being off, which he said that his timing was off. I do believe that Boots got the excuse of his timing being off because of the layoff. Meanwhile, Bud's out of the ring for 13 months. His timing ain't supposed to be off a little bit. He's supposed to be pinpoint sharp, getting into the ring for the first time, moving up in weight against a dude with that type of style. I mean, it's just so over the top. It's so dramatic. And so, in a way, somebody said this earlier that this is good for Bud. I think it's good for Bud too, because the next guy, or the betting odds, or all of these people is gonna be willing to lose their money the next time Bud gets in the ring. They think that the next person gonna beat Bud. They think Bud's over the hill. He lost a step. He ain't as good, and Bud is gonna beat the brakes off somebody who steps in the ring with him next. So
you seem a little agitated about this performance of Bud's.
No, it ain't his performance. I'm agitated with the overreaction. That's what I'm agitated with. I'm agitated with the commentators making like Madrimov was winning that fight. Like, what fight are you like? What are you watching? And I think that they started the narrative, and so now
I didn't listen. I think them straight right hands that kept landing all night long on Terence, all night long to that right hand. It was all night long.
Come on, Fanon. If you land in one punch every 45 seconds in a fight, and the other guy is
I've got the punch stats, man. They weren't landing at that great a difference.
You're right.
Terence Crawford threw total punches. He threw almost 200 punches more, and he only landed 9 more. Terence Crawford's punches landed at 21%. His jabs landed at 17%. Total body punch, power punches 26. Yeah, but Israel Madrimov is at 30%. He's at almost 10%. He's landed almost 10% more of his punches.
Yes.
Madrimov landed a lot of shots. He landed a lot of shots on Bud, man. People ain't making that up. Hold on a second. Man. Don't cut me off, please. I'll let you go for a while, man. Yeah, man. He hit him 84 times out of 275. Bud landed 95. It's only one more punch around. Really? The fight went 12 rounds. He only landed 9 more punches. And of the power punches, Israel Madrimov landed 10 more power punches than Bud. Most of the punches that Bud landed were jabs. The jabs he was working for sure, but dude was getting some shots off on your boy, man. Let's not minimize what Israel Madrimov did out there. Like, if he did it, it was good. It was supposed to happen. And if he didn't get it done, hey, Bud gets the credit. You saying like, yeah, he should have been doing this. He should have been doing that. Nobody else was landing punches like that on Bud consistently through 12 rounds. I've never seen anybody else do that. How come all of a sudden it's just that that's supposed to happen when it's Madrimov? I don't know, man. I think you're taking this subpar performance a little bit rough, man.
Again, so you're trying to make it about Bud. In my opinion, it's not about Bud. My issue ain't with Bud's performance whatsoever. I said
it should that Madrimov performance though. It should be.
But it shouldn't be.
Yes, it should be.
Bud clearly won the fight.
Why should
clearly? Because he clearly won the fight. Why would I have an issue with his performance if he clearly this was not a fight that was up in the air. As much as people want to make it out to be today,
no, that fight
really
was. The fight
was not for none.
Yes, it was. It was a draw. If it would have been one, if Madrimov would have won one more fight, the fight would have officially been a draw, and Madrimov would have kept his belt. Yes, it was a close fight.
Nah,
two of the scorecards had it 115, 113 on two scorecards. If it was,
and what was the scorecard?
Fight. Hold on, man. If they gave if those two judges had given Israel Madrimov one more round, Israel Madrimov would have still been the champion. That's a close fight.
And what was the other guy's scorecard?
116, 112.
Okay. So in my opinion, that's where the fight was more closely at.
But in actuality, it was a very close fight.
Yeah, but again, in my opinion, it wasn't. And I'm just speaking on my opinion. In my opinion, he clearly won the fight. It wasn't that close of a fight.
But in
maybe they gave him more credit because
I get your opinion, but you're saying you're frustrated about what other people are saying.
Right.
So I got your opinion, but as a matter of fact, objective fact, that fight was close. 115, 113, 115, 113. There's a lot of people that think Israel Madrimov won that fight.
Yeah, because they don't know what they're watching.
Yes, they do.
Then how they feel like he won the fight and all three judges had him losing
by one round. All they got to do is say, "Hey, I disagree with one," because a lot of the rounds were close. A lot of the rounds were close, man. A lot of the rounds were close. Terence Crawford wasn't landing that much more than Israel Madrimov. Once again, the total punches landed. Terence Crawford only landed 9 more total punches over 12 rounds. It's only 9 punches.
Yeah.
And there were some rounds where Bud may have outlanded him by 4 or 5 punches. So a lot of the other rounds very even. And Israel Madrimov landed more power punches.
He landed what?
More power punches.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, those were all the straight rights that he was getting. Because he wasn't putting no combinations together.
Straight rights count.
Yeah, that was his punch.
And it worked.
That was his punch. And being like you said, a lot of the rounds was close. Then objectively speaking, the judges that gave Madrimov some of them rounds really could have went to Bud too.
Yeah, but
the rounds was really close.
Yeah, but the ones that they also gave to Bud could have went to Madrimov too. You can do that both ways, man.
I mean, if that's what you want to run with, I mean, that's cool.
I mean, it's true. It's 150. I can actually tell you what rounds. There's a bunch of rounds they did that none of the judges.
I saw the cards. I seen them, and 2 of the judges had Bud winning the first 3 rounds, and one of the judges had him winning the first 2, lost the third, and then won the fourth. I seen it. But okay, I don't have to. I don't necessarily have to agree with it.
If you saw it, then why are you acting like you don't know that it was a close fight? Because if you saw the cards, you saw it was a close fight.
Again, like I just said, I'm speaking on my opinion. My opinion
to other people about their opinions.
Yeah, because they not only are people acting like dude won beat Bud when he clearly didn't beat him. The judges didn't think he beat him. I don't think he beat him. You don't think he beat him. Most logical people who know what they're watching in boxing do not think that Madrimov won that fight. That's number 1. Number 2 is the overreaction. So now all of a sudden Bud needs to retire. Bud is one step short of being a bum, and everybody else that's in 154 is going to be able to beat Bud because he had a close fight, quote unquote, with Madrimov, whose style is completely different from anybody else in boxing.
You sure you're not making a little bit of an overstatement there? Because I ain't heard anybody say that. You sure you didn't put a little extra sugar on that?
Okay, yeah. I put a little extra on it with the retirement talk.
Yeah,
okay,
a little bit extra. But, put a little bit much on that one, man.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like people they're being dramatic. They're being dramatic with the performance last night. And Madrimov was a tough matchup. I talked to you before the fight. I said it's gonna be a tough fight. Now, me personally, I had Bud stopping him in 10. But that's why I said I thought Bud, if it was the only two mistakes Bud made in this fight, in my opinion, he didn't have enough head movement, especially when he got hit with the first few of them straight right hands. You need to move your head more, get your head off the line, because this dude is just bouncing around. Wait until you get close enough to you, find an opportunity to pop shot you with a straight right. And it was just too successful. He was getting hit with it.
Bro, Madrimov kept fainting him into position. That's why he couldn't move his head, because of something Madrimov's doing. Hey, let me let you go though, Real King, and it'll be all right. Don't worry about it. He'll get back on top soon.
I already know he's still on top. Stop doing that, man. All right, salute to you, man.
Ooh, hey, it hurt when them shots is landing, though, wasn't it?
No, it didn't hurt. Bye for now.
All right, man. Get back, man. Peace. Man, y'all know that shit hurt. D's Cobb, what's up?
Hello?
D's Cobb, you there? Are you there? Boxing Hacker, how can I help you, man?
Yo, what's up, Fanon?
Same old thing, man. Same old thing.
Yo, I loved the card last night. Yo, when it comes to the Bud versus Madrimov, I thought it was an excellent fight between both fighters. You had like one style that was like the pure Soviet style, which is like that distance fencing style, versus like the master boxer and Bud. And it was like a technical masterpiece, because you saw Bud had to like switch, which is a strategy mid-fight. You know, at first he was trying to figure out like how to get within distance. Then the mid-fight, he was like, you know, this guy's fighting too much, and I can't get in distance, so let me forget about the whole thing and just like start to like pressure him while he keeps jumping back and forth. It was, and I know a lot of people are saying like, oh, they feel like Bud should be able to blow out Madrimov, but that style is very hard to fight with, you know, like, because you gotta remember something, because when you find that style, he's gonna always be out of distance for you to punch. And a lot of times, you know, like, Bud just can't just jump in there, because then you have a lot of openings. You know, it was sort of like the same style that what's the guy who fought David Morrell was trying to pull off. You know, it was the same style where they were just trying to keep out of range and jump in when they could. You know, but Madrimov just pulled it off at a whole different level, especially with the feints. You know, I just thought it was like it was a master. I don't know, it was a masterclass. I don't know what the other guy was saying. I'm a Bud fan, but I was definitely worried coming to the 12th round. I think Bud pulled it off because those last couple of rounds, Bud really like edged it out. But like Madrimov was landing some good shots, you know, and like I was worried. I was like, I know this could be close, you know, and Madrimov is a champion. You know, I do feel that Bud did edge it out, but you know, there is that theory that if they look at him as a champion, they might be like, hey, you didn't pull it off because you have to like decimate the champion versus like just like edge it out against them, you know. You know, so I was particularly impressed with that whole performance, you know. This whole conversation about, well, that means Bud isn't ready for Canelo, that means Bud isn't ready for this person. I don't think so. I think Madrimov, you know, one thing I think we should learn from that card last night is that just because we don't know certain fighters doesn't mean they can't thump, you know. I wasn't checking for Madrimov before, but I'll definitely be checking for him now. You know, because I think he's a real problem at 154. You know, as far as the other fights, you know, Martin Bakole, that man, I said in the first round, it looked like a fly that was attacking a rock. Yeah, it looked like Big Bay Anderson would throw like 50 punches, and Bakole hit the dude once, and it'd be like one punch was equal to all 50 of his punches. You know, I was. It was a brilliant fight. I mean, it sort of reminded me of George Foreman a little bit. Did you get that feeling?
Hell no.
Like, you don't think so?
No.
Like slow, methodical, but when he hit you, it killed. It like took like half your life points away.
No.
Oh man, I don't know. I got that feeling.
He ain't that big a puncher.
Yeah, but that style, because he was moving so slow. And Big Baby was like, Big Baby was landing shots. Big Baby was throwing like combinations and stuff, you know? And it'd be like he was just walking. like just taking like one step at a time. As soon as he hit him, it'd be like three or four punches. Then it'd be like everything Big Baby did before didn't even matter.
All right, man, I got to roll, bro. I ain't trying to talk about Jared Anderson getting knocked out no more.
Nah, it's all good. Yeah, but I just want to say
I got Joe A who's about to rub that shit in one more time.
All right, no problem.
All right, man. Get back, Boxing Hacker. I appreciate you, man. I'm about to destroy you about 3 times this week in debates, at least, just so you know. So you're going to get fried by 3 times. I think I'm going to go three times. But all right, man, I get back.
All right, brother.
All right, peace. I still don't like how you say brother. Joe A, what up, Joe A?
Hey, man, I'll keep it quick, bro. No heavyweight talk. I'm saying it right now. No heavyweight talk. Okay? Bud, though, yeah? I think it's a bit wild that people are saying that Bud is, you know, some people saying he's washed up. Some saying that he won that easily, like the last call, not Boxing Hacker, the caller before that said that he won that easily. Like, it's so polarized.
He's hurting, man. He's hurting.
Yeah, but it's really polarized, right?
He's not looking very invincible right now.
No, he's not invincible. Now, I betted against Bud last night. I wanted Madrimov to win. I was hoping that Madrimov knocked him out between the 6th, the 12th, and I put money on the decision. I'm sick and tired of Bud fans thinking that this guy is invincible. However, you got to take your hat off to Bud, man. That's his first fight back in 1 year. 1 year. He comes in and fights a tough Eastern Europe, Central Asian, Western Asian fighter, right? And he won the fight. He won the fight in the last 2 rounds. Before the 10th, before the 11th and the 12th, I had Madrimov winning. Those last 2 rounds won him the fight, and he pressed the gas and he did what he had to do. So you just got to give him his respect. But that's where it should end. Don't start talking about how, Bud's going to beat up Canelo at 168. Because I'm telling you, Canelo is not 168. He's going into the fight around 185. And he's going to be breaking eye sockets. You saw what Bud's eye looked like. He's got a good cut, man, as well. Bud. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's got a good cut, man. Canelo will severely rearrange that man's face. Jarrell, what's that guy's? Not Jarrell Miller. What's that guy's name? Charlo. Jamel Charlo is definitely rubbing his hands, and there's other fighters that are rubbing their hands. But guess what, though, Fanon? This is the main thing. This is the only reason why I wanted to come on here, and I don't care what anybody else says here, right? Bud needs to run that back with Spence, you know. Bud needs to run that back, man. Because there is a huge question mark over that win. He beat him up. Yes, he beat him up that night. But he got to know that wasn't the Spence. He's got to know. Spence, at 154, when he comes back, and hopefully he beats up Fandora, which ain't going to be no easy touch, they have to run it back at 154. They both would have had their chance to warm up to the weight. They had one fight, then they got to get back in the ring. I'm praying for that fight. What do you think on that? Do you think that Bud will rematch him?
I don't know, man. I think it depends on what happens with that money. I don't think he's going to get the Canelo fight. I don't think he wants to Duran in this fight. And if Arrow can get past Fandora, man, that could be really good. And I'm going to tell you too, man. That 154 just got a lot tighter. It got a lot tighter, man.
Very much so. And Jamel Charlo, he's been inactive. There's a lot of fights to be had up there. Even that Castano guy. I like Castano. I do like Castano. Yeah, like I think they can have a good run out there. And the last thing two things, facing Philly, Boots Ennis against Bud Crawford. I don't think Bud needs to fight Boots. I think it's very unwise of him fighting Boots. He's not going to generate the kind of money that he's looking for his last couple of fights fighting Boots. That's just my humble opinion on that. Unless Turkey Alalshikh pulls out the checkbook, he should stay away from that guy because he's gonna take life away from him. He's really gonna hurt him, right? And the last part, sticking in Philly, what the fuck happened to Danny Garcia, man?
What do you mean?
Where's Danny Garcia? What is he not? Is he retired or is he fighting?
He's fighting he fights Erislandy Lara on the undercard of the Canelo card.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah, he's fighting Erislandy Lara. Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be a good fight. That's gonna be
yeah. He's back. He's got a fight date.
Yeah, it's about time because he got beat by Spence and he didn't come. No, he beat Jose Benavidez, didn't he? And he hasn't fought since then.
I think that's the last guy he fought. Jose.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. All right, cool, man. I appreciate your update.
All right, I got a guy right behind you.
Yeah, man. Do your thing, man. Peace. Bless up.
All right, man. Get back, Joe. Peace. What's going on, Blaze? How can I help you, man?
Peace, brother. Good morning, brother. I definitely was watching the fight and definitely wanted to make sure I tapped in with you this morning.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm well, man. I can't complain.
Okay, yeah, most definitely. So yeah, you know me, like when I talked to you a couple of times, you know, I was really excited more than anything to see the Crawford Madrimov fight. I did watch the undercards. I fell asleep. I ain't gonna lie. I fell asleep on the Pitbull Ryo card. Not necessarily because it was boring, but just because I was working around the clock, and so I needed to take a nap so I could be, you know, up and at it for the main event. And I thought what I did see with Ryo, because I dozed off a little bit. What I did see with Ryo was he did do some great boxing, staying on the outside with Pitbull Cruz. So I think he put together a formidable fight to get that title at 140. And you know, I like he bounced back because didn't he get knocked out by Edwin De Los Santos, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, he and they was banging it out. And so for him to come from that fight with that power, you know, you see him adjust his style to, you know, win that title at 140. That's good training, and that's a formidable boxing. And you know, while I am biased towards, you know, undefeated fighters in these areas, in this area, as far as like metric and skills and all that stuff like that, I think Ryo's a worthy champ that's worthy of respect at the 140 division. But getting to, and I ain't gonna say that about Big Baby. I like Big Baby too. I like Big Baby too. So I ain't gonna say that about Big Baby. I just hope he bounce back, get his life together. You know, we're gonna see where he go from there. He's in a good, he's in a good camp, you know. So we're gonna see if he got some redemption to go on, some life issues, and then we want to see if he's really serious about the sport as far as, you know, how he took that devastating loss. But yeah, so getting the Bud and Madrimov, phenomenal fight. My takeaway is Madrimov is a very, very good fighter. And I really believe in the future when we see him fight again, you know, whoever he fights, it's you know, there's interest there because he is a very, very good boxer. What I noticed, you know, in the beginning rounds, Bud's jab was stiff and crisp, you know, and he threw it in volumes to keep distance and keep space and constantly caused Madrimov to reset. But Madrimov stayed right there near him, you know, closed out the distance, you know, got him in the corner a few times. Definitely just threw a lot of feints, right? Didn't throw as many punches as I thought, you know, Madrimov could have thrown at Bud. I think because Bud deterred him with that jab and you know, made him pay somewhat, you know, in those early rounds when he was trying to get in there. And just to let the mid rounds, you know, I had anticipated that Bud would, you know, crack his code in the mid rounds and then, you know, try to put him away. And that was far from the case. You know, I was interested to see if there was going to be any more switches of stances. And I noticed that, you know, because I've seen tape where Madrimov a fight from southpaw, but Madrimov fights from southpaw from a defensive standpoint. So he usually goes from southpaw, and then he does that lunge punch to put him right in position in orthodox to get close inside. But he didn't do that with Bud. He didn't want to go southpaw to southpaw with Bud to allow Bud to get that type of power off with his left hand if they were closer in stances like that. So I noticed Madrimov was very smart in playing it orthodox to stay on the outside. You know, those mid rounds, he rarely lined up that right. And what I like about Madrimov is that he couldn't necessarily get no time in for Bud as Bud constantly stayed active, constantly moved, constantly reset, but he was willing to throw that right down the loop and eat Bud's counter or eat Bud's punch coming in to get his shot off. And he landed some huge, clean shots you know, against Bud, you know, as we seen, you know, him swelling up his face, you know, also hit him in the mouth a few times that, you know, Bud ate, and that really kind of slowed him down in the mid rounds for him not to put some combinations together to try to get him out of there. Bud had to really respect Madrimov in this particular bout. You know, I thought this, like you said, when you look at the CompuBox numbers, it was like a 10 punch differential, you know, and Madrimov had the plus 10 on the power punches, you know, but I would like to say that Bud's 20 punch differential at the jab is significant, because Bud's jab is not a pity pat jab. Bud's jab is a very stiff jab. We've seen Bud knock down people with that jab, right? So, you know, I don't want to get the differential between power punches, so-called power punches, and so-called jabs to get it confused as how Bud outlanded and then had way more activity against Madrimov. So, you know, that was ultimately my analysis. I think in the mid rounds, I was concerned that, you know, Madrimov could probably pull it out just on points, and then, you know, Bud turned it up in after the 9th round, in the 10th and 11th and 12th round, to clearly decisively win those rounds. I believe it was close, but I don't think there's any dispute that Bud didn't win that fight. You know, unfortunately, we live in an era where everybody has these opinions, and so, you know, as a Bud fan, I was hoping he get him out of there so there's no dispute. And so what I think now, I think Bud has a lot of options. I think he can, just to wrap it up, I think he should, in my opinion, you know, just as a fan, he should provide Madrimov with a rematch. You know, I think the money might look good, figure out the venue, maybe Vegas. You know, I think there'd be more interest in the fight as far as gate sales. And then I don't really know anything about pay-per-view no more, because everybody can get the fight for free. I can get the fight for free, but I choose to do, you know, pay, because I want to support the sport and support the boxers.
Yes, sir. So, I got to roll, bro. You want to be rolling, man.
Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, that's just my take. I do wanted to get your insight and input on it. As what you think, if you thought it was a robbery or if you thought it was just a great fight, and if Madrimov is like really a formidable opponent and one of the best at 154. So that's just what I got for you.
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, I thought it was. I thought Terence Crawford won the fight, and I thought that Madrimov is a formidable guy. I think both are true. But thank you, bro. I get back with you, Blaze. Thank you, man.
Thanks, brother.
All right, man. You have a wonderful day. Peace.
All right.
Yes, sir. Sorry, I mean to move you off so fast. My bad. LL Music, let me get these last good. Hey, Juice Guard said people talking in crazy about Bud, man. Madrimov maybe got 3 rounds, meet the dogs. And Madrimov beats the dog shit out of Canelo? No way. Duck Canelo was not on Bud's level. Let me tell you something. Madrimov is not coming anywhere near beating Canelo Alvarez. Not even near it. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. Phoenix Assassin said, y'all giving Bud too much credit for getting smacked. Y'all some Haney fans 2.0. Hey, man, we got to let Bud fans have been representing, man. Madrimov beat. All things said Madrimov beat Bud. I think that's what you're saying. Jay Henderson said, these are excuses. These are the excuses that will happen if Crawford fights Bud. This is what Canelo meant by what's in it for me. Madrimov was landing on Bud's face. Yeah, he was. And the Phenomenal Show said, let's be clear, Bud was never going to lose that fight unless he got knocked out. Be serious. Him winning a decision was already going to happen. Hey, man, anyway, man, it was good at the end of the day. It was all right, man. I appreciated the fights. Look, thank y'all so much for y'all support. Let me check something, make sure I didn't miss anybody, man, because some of y'all do support in the Cash App. Thank you, guys. Oh, yeah, Mr. Chestnut. Thank you, said channel donation. Mr. Chestnut, thank you, bro. Thank you, Ralph. Thank you, sir. But look, man, I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all have a wonderful day. We'll be back tomorrow. Deuces.